Some new tour dates coming up. Sioux Falls, South Dakota. La Crosse and Green Bay, Wisconsin. Moline, Illinois. Colorado Springs, Colorado. Casper, Wyoming. Billings, Missoula. Bloomington, Indiana. Columbus, Ohio. Champaign, Illinois. Grand Rapids, Lafayette, Louisiana. And Beaumont, Texas. Get all your tickets at theovon.com/TOUR. And thank you so much for the support. Today's guest has been entertaining humans and taking care of dogs for most of his life. And we're lucky to have been on the receiving end of some of that. You know him from Impractical Jokers. He has a new stand-up comedy special out on YouTube called Messing with People, as well as a new children's book called Where's Barry. I always enjoy my time and grateful to sit down with just a light of the world. Today's guest is Mr. Joe Gatto.
This place is awesome. I've never seen this place. It was awesome.
Oh, you haven't been here before?
I've never been here before, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's nice. Fantastic.
Yeah, sometimes you just forget where you've been or where you haven't even been, you know?
You never know where you haven't been.
Yeah, that's true, huh? Yeah.
It's true.
Good to see you today. You brought a little buddy, huh?
This is my buddy, Spumoni.
Oh,
One of my
wow.
pups. One of the Gatto pups.
And how is, it's a man or woman?
This is a woman.
It's a woman?
This is a woman.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Spumoni.
And how is she doing?
She seems okay. Yeah, she's doing all right. Last time we spoke, she's fine. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, she's good. She's one of my travel pups. She just comes on when I'm not flying a lot and I'm just on one or two and driving, she'll come with me, you know?
Yeah?
Yeah, she's not a great flyer, but she loves to chill.
And yeah, she seems very calm.
Yeah.
In Japan, they were giving pills to a lot of those dogs and so they could take good, cool photos of them. You seen the ones with their tongue hanging out?
Mm-hmm. I know those. I have a lot of those kinds of dogs because I have a senior dog rescue and all their teeth are out. So they just hang out. That's weird. I didn't know they do a pill-induced tongue out.
Yeah, bring that up if the Japanese were
they wanted the tongue out, so it was like it made them like really like thirsty or just
Yeah, I think it
nicotine in the mouth a little bit.
It just like like that. Yeah, like
just gives you the
like they lived in Baltimore, kind of. Like some of these Baltimore hitchhikers. Like bring that up if they were
dropping tongues out in
Japanese pilling up the dogs.
There's a supplement.
No. Were the Japanese giving pills to the dogs?
That's all right. That's a pretty good prompt.
You're just looking at medication.
You're just looking at dog pills.
Or they hide a lot of the good shit.
That stuff you got to dig deep sometimes. They come back for it. That's not going to be on the first results.
No. Yeah, that's true, man. We got to learn to go deep, dude.
And sometimes the way that Google finishes you, or do you ever find that like when you put in something and the way the search engine finishes what you started is more interesting than what you were looking for? And you just go, what is this? And you click that. Yeah, that's really weird.
Yeah, and all of them, it's always like, gay. It's like
dead, gay. Yeah, it's all that stuff. Yeah,
dude. That shit's always ridiculous, man.
Right.
Good to see you, bro.
Good to see you. It's been a minute, man.
Yeah, it has been a minute.
Last time we saw each other, we were both in the same city on tour, and we got some pizza.
Yeah, in Milwaukee.
Yeah, Milwaukee.
And the pizza took forever. Remember?
I went back and got it. Yeah, that was good.
Dude, I think we left and you just went. Yeah, you went back later
in
that
the kitchen.
evening.
I was like, let me get this later. Right. We ordered these pizzas and they gave it to us. Yeah, they owed us some pies, man.
Yeah. Oh, those people they did not want to give it up. And I'm like, well, if you don't want to give out the food, then don't be a restaurant, right?
Right. This is your thing. This is what you do. Yeah.
Like I was back there. He was eating. So he was back there eating too. The one guy. Yeah, whenever we saw him. Congrats, man. You got a new special out.
A new special out. Yeah.
Your first special.
First special.
Wow.
Messing with people. Yeah. It's really excited about it. It's out on YouTube. And it was great, man. I toured with it for 2.5 years. And you know how it is. You don't want the content to go away. I'm super proud of it.
Yeah.
So I put it out there and it's great.
Was it when you guys taped
trouble? Come here. Spumoni. Come on up. Good girl.
When you guys taped it, how many tapings did you do?
I did 2.
Yeah.
2 in one night. I did the Paramount in Huntington. in Long Island, and it was fun, man. Like it was the first one, you get a little nervous. Like it's all, and I wasn't used to, the jib almost knocked me out like 4 times because I'm very physical on stage running around, So I ran to like the side and the jib was like right there. I was kind of like knocked out, but it was good. It was really cool.
Yeah. And the jib is like the camera. That's the camera that's on the arm.
Yeah.
On the arm. Yeah.
Oh, you forget, right? That's for everybody at home.
Yeah, just because some people don't know,
Yeah.
Some people don't know what's going on. Yeah, there you go, right there.
That's it. Yeah.
Did some of the other Jokers come out?
Yeah, they came to the taping. Sal came to the late taping, I think, and then I was working that weekend, and then Q came out and stuff. But yeah, it's good. They come and see me. I see them when they're on the road. It's fun. We try to give each other the support. You know how it is.
Have you gone to one of their shows? Like, because do you still do the touring show with them or no?
No.
Right.
No. So I did. They just wrapped up their last tour, and I came out on stage there. And then when they did Radio City, I popped out. That was really fun. When I came to Radio City, it was so cool. It was really great. The place exploded.
Wow.
So it was really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you missed that aspect? Because they just came out with the 11th season, right? Of their show?
Yeah.
Of Jokers?
Yeah, they're doing that now. They just wrapped shooting that one. I think they got another one. But yeah, I mean, you miss it. You're missing with your friends. The hardest part for me is like, it's appointment friendship now, right? Like you got to think about like, you used to see each other all the time.
Oh,
and now it's like, like I feel like I haven't seen you in for right. When you see them, it's like they're working together or doing something. You're trying to find a time together, so that gets a little tricky.
Yeah,
So, but everybody always asks, "You still friends?" I always tell people, "No, I hate those guys." Like I'll just say stuff to mess with people. People are like, "Do you like them?" I'm like, "No, we don't talk anymore." I was saying for a while that Sal had slept with my wife. That's why I left. It was so fun. And he's like, "Dude, you gotta stop saying that. Someone's gonna believe you." Yeah, but yeah, it's good. We're still boys.
Yeah.
Just trying to see each other gets a little tricky.
Yeah, I think that just gets trickier as you get older too. Like just being an adult, it's like everything gets like more appointment.
Yeah.
That's why I miss like it's like you never know when you're in like high school and college and stuff like that those are going to be like the greatest times because everybody is just there.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna bump into factor of a college campus, right? You might just bump into somebody on the way to the caf or something. Yeah, that's totally different because you're all enclosed like a community. It's like a cult almost. Like you're living on this, this stockade thing.
Yeah, dude, that's one thing. It's like, but you don't realize that when you're there. Like I remember whenever I was like graduating high school or whatever, I was like, thank God I'm graduating. But then you don't realize that like 10 years later, you'd do anything to go back and have one big full day of high school.
Yeah, for sure. But there was some people you were looking forward to getting rid of too. That was the bad part, right? That's the other side of it. Like you're like, I cannot wait till I don't have to see this person again.
Like the ROTC guys were really at our school they kind of acted like they were like a gang sort of or whatever. Like those guys with the wooden guns, you'd see them after school or whatever.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't even have like the part of the gun that like had the bullets in or something. They would just have like.
It's like a glorified stick.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
It was the right shape of a stick. Yeah.
Yeah. And they would be running through the halls, like yelling different quadrants at each other and shit.
Doing this stuff, hand signaling. You're like, guys, I'm getting to algebra. Get out of my way.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we didn't have RTC at our school, but we definitely had different cliques because I went to an all-boy Catholic high school. So an all-boy school definitely had like a different type of like clique setup kind of thing where you had your jocks and your mathletes, which I was a proud leader of.
Were you?
Yeah, math guy. Yeah, so I was like geeky, but I was a bowler. We talked about this just quickly. I was on the bowling team and stuff, so it was like a different thing. But then humor, like once people found you were funny in high school and you're with all dudes, I think it's a different thing. I think it's like, and then people like want to be around you and having fun. So once my humor started coming out, it was a different animal.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Dude, being funny and high, that was like I think that's what it was too, because you always had an audience around. You always had like, everybody was right there. So you could make so many jokes and references and like you'd see each other in the hallway in between classes. And that was the weirdest thing because you had like 1 second where you were passing your buddy in the hallway and you got to just
you got a drive by. Yeah,
dude.
I was known for pratfalling in high school, so I used to pratfall into my Spanish class every day, and Mrs. Lonzo, my teacher, always thought it was this guy Mike Irving that was tripping me, and she would always give him detention on it. And he was like, "Dude, you have to stop, it wasn't me." And I was like, "Oh, he tripped me," like that. So when I got my diploma, my mom knew that I was big, and my mom was always like, you had to be respectful. So I'm getting my diploma, and everybody's like, trip, like they all want me to fall on stage. And my mother like threatened my life. She's like, if you trip. I'll say, you're done. You're done. I was like, all right, I can't make my mom mad, so I don't get it. Then I surprisingly get an award. I got an award. They were giving out these awards, and one of them was, and I look at my father, and he goes, and I went up, and when I went to get the award on stage, I bit it, and I like fell off the stage. The place went absolutely nuts. It was so funny. I was like, that's the reason why I won that award, so I could have my moment.
Yeah. That's class, bro.
Yeah, I love that.
That shit was so much fun, man.
You think about just, do you have friends from high school anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, you keep in touch with?
Yep, I still got actually a pretty decent amount. I've always done a good job of like trying to call and connect every now and then and just see what's up, with folks, but or definitely from high school, and so I keep in contact pretty decently with some of them.
Who's your oldest friend?
My buddy.
Do you have somebody like from childhood?
My buddy Scott from where we was like in second grade or whatever.
Oh wow! Okay.
This went to his wedding. He had a destination wedding.
Oh, yeah, we're on the same page. You mean a forced vacation for you?
It was yeah. And then some people can't be there, and then they feel bummed out about it.
For sure, because somebody had to miss it, and then both people feel bad.
Yeah.
There's two different schools of thought about it. But
because the other school of thought is what?
Like, it's like you're making a memory for everybody that can make it, and you're making it more of like an event, and you're spending your money. You might as well get this big memory out of it instead of being at a a hall in Queens, and spending all this money. But for me, we almost did it, but I just, at the end of the day, I feel like it's a lot. It's a big ask.
Yeah. Did you ever renew your vows?
So after we got back together, my wife and I, we were thinking about doing that, and then we
did. You guys get divorced or no?
No, we just got separated.
You got separated
for 2 years, and then
oh wow, it's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I had never lived alone, so I was 47 years old for my first time living alone. Did
you get an apartment?
An apartment.
Yeah. Yeah. No, if you and your wife get separated, you have to get an apartment.
Gotta get an apartment.
You can't get a house.
You can't get a house. No,
you're in detention.
You're getting there. No, that was actually the reason, kind of like why we got back together, was I had put a bid in on a house. Because it was like, okay, this is not happening. And I was like, I'm a grown man. I'm not going to live in this apartment. I needed a yard. I had my dogs. I'm like, I just didn't want. There was a fire drill in my building. I'm outside at 11:30 in my robe. And someone's like, are you Joe from Impractical? I'm like, get the hell, like, this is my life right now. So I was like, yeah. So I put a bid on a house and I didn't get it. Could you imagine you go to the fire drill of your building and Joe is there in his bathrobe? I was like,
with how many dogs?
2 dogs in my arms.
Like Cruella Joville. You're just out there with a fucking million pups.
So it was like, so it was rough. And then I put a bid in on a house and I didn't get it. And then I was like, I had to look at another house. And I said to her, I was like, what about? I was like, I'm looking at this house. It wasn't too far from the kids. And she just went, do you want to get back together? And I just went, yeah, do you? And she goes, yeah. And that was the first time we said it out loud. We both weren't thinking we were going to. We reflected on it after. And it was that moment. And we were I was doing a dog event in the city, and we were waiting in a hotel room for the dogs to be ready. She was napping, I was working. And then we just started talking for like 4 hours.
Wow.
And then I said, okay, let's give it a couple months. I'm not going to move back home. Let's make sure it sticks, make sure we want to do it. And it did. It all worked out. So then I came back home. But living alone was like so weird. I didn't even like hang stuff on the walls. It was so sad. It was like those white, freshly painted sheetrock.
Oh,
yeah. Like I hung like one picture, and then I was like, I don't even know if I like that there. It was just like, it felt like you had to. Went on Wayfair, and I bought a bunch of like discount furniture. And I go to the house, there's all the nice furniture and everything.
You're like, hey, at least let me come back and shower.
Yeah, I know. At least you got that good loofah.
Wow. And what did you, right after you guys decided, okay, we're going to do that, did y'all go eat somewhere or something?
We did.
Where?
Yeah, we had dinner that next, I always went to the house for dinner. The kids didn't know any sort of disruption. So that was always good. I was always at the house having dinner, family dinner. I was always still very involved. The kids didn't really know anything because at the time, they're 9 and 7 now. So they were between, 6 and 8 or whatever. And the next night we went to one of our favorite restaurants in town. And we just had a nice date night, and it was nice. And then we went away, just the two of us, and for a night up at this farm in upstate New York, and just all worked out. It was a lot of conversations, a lot of hard stuff you got to talk through, a lot of forgiveness and talking about, I think the biggest thing always is in any relationship, you always, especially with your significant other, you always think it's your soulmate and you know what they're thinking, and you just don't. Like people, as well as somebody, you just have to say it. So we just started talking, and it just opened up everything,
Dude, the craziest thing is how hard it is to say stuff, even if like you're with the person you're married. It's like, and they would rather you probably say it so you can get to the next part.
Right.
but we just hold the fucking words.
Yeah. And then you get mad that they don't know what you're thinking. That was the
Yes.
funny thing. I used to say that to all the time. I said, you get mad because I don't know what you're thinking. I'll admit, I don't know what you're thinking. I'll never know.
Yeah.
You know, so that's like the biggest thing I found in relationship is really, as we're starting to like get through it again, it's like, just say what you're feeling. Life's too short, man. Just say what you're feeling.
Yeah. Just say, I wish your legs were longer.
Just get longer legs. How'd you know? Did she tell you that was the thing? She's like, Joe, I wish you were 5. I wish you were 6 foot, man. If you had longer legs.
No, I don't know. I mean, that shit's all that stuff's complicated, man. But that's awesome, then. Congrats. So that feels good, then.
Yeah. Really.
So you got the family back on track.
Got back on track, baby.
Yeah.
I'm a dad. I'm a real dad, like, which is nice. I feel really tight with the kids. Good partner. It all feels good now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and creatively, I'm doing everything that's good. You know, it feels nice to be able to dabble in different stuff. And
Did you? Oh, your kids came to the special because I saw them.
Yeah.
You give them like a hug before you go on stage.
yeah, they gave me the microphone before. And
Oh, they give you the mic.
End,
one you gave a hug and one you gave a high five.
Yeah, I gave the high five to my son.
my
He was
son.
super nervous. So
He
he was
was?
just like, yeah, he's cute. She is like me, dude. She's comes out for a bow. She loves it all. Like she's all about it. My son is a little bit more of a wallflower, but he really likes to laugh and to make me laugh. And we do like fun. Oh, there. That was a thing.
Oh, good.
So yeah, that's the kids. So the
Oh,
you know,
there's,
there's
yeah.
Jiggy. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, he's my tour manager. So he's on tour with me. But then yeah, this is my daughter and my son there.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
yeah, he's really excited. I give him a little.
Oh, you
snuggle,
give him a
too.
hug. Sorry,
Yeah,
I didn't mean you didn't. Yeah.
yeah, I love my son. Don't try to.
I was
I already see
definitely
the clip showing us. I love his son.
splitting hairs, dude. I'm sorry.
Starting to start some drama.
I was trying to remember that. Yeah, dude, Jiggy was there. That's awesome, bro.
Yeah. He's with me all the time. He's on my new tour with me. He's my feature. He comes with me the whole time now.
Hell
He's
yeah.
great. He's so funny.
He has one of the best stories. I don't know if he turned it into a show, into a stage bit. It's like he met a girl on an airplane, right? So he's on an airplane. He's sitting next to like this beautiful Brazilian girl, he said, and like the plane kept getting delayed or whatever. Finally, they get them all off the plane, and it's like midnight. They're not going to leave till the next day. And the girl's like, you can come stay with me or whatever, you know? Or at least she said, she could have said goodbye in Brazilian,
That's what he meant.
but that's how he took it.
Yeah.
Right? So he's like,
She's like, why is this guy in my car?
he's following her out of the airport. Her grandmother comes and picks her up, right? So now they are all, he and this girl he just met stay at the grandmother's house, and they just had, it was like a big studio. So they're sleep in one bed
Amazing.
all together. And they watched, I think they watched Saving Private Ryan, which is
a real warming romantic story. It's like the house in like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory where everybody sleeps in the same room, in the same bed. It's all the older kid and all the parents.
Oh yeah, with Grandpa Joe or
Grandpa
whatever.
Joe is there, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hysterical.
And then, yeah, because I think he thought he was going to go to this kind of romantic night, and then he just stayed in there all, and I guess something else occurred, but it was pretty unbelievable. But yeah, that story's great.
he met the family already though.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's good. Yeah.
And he said that they had popcorn, and then, and then I guess they all fell asleep or whatever.
Could you imagine being somebody who came home from work and that's what you see? They like where they pick up this straggler who came in. He's the best to go on tour. He's just a bundle of joy and like energy. He's
Always.
just so positive and fun. Like we click really well on that. But he gets like we make fun of him because Steve Burns on the road with us a lot too, and we love to watch him eat when he's hungry because he literally, he doesn't know you're watching him. I'm not even kidding, Theo. He'll go like, yum, 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 yum. He'll be like excited to eat, and he'll be like doing yum, 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 and he moves his hands, and you just watch him. He's just like a little kid for the first time. I'm like apple pie, like it's so funny. I'm like, dude, you're a grown adult, man. You have a child. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. He gets so excited. Yeah.
Yeah, he's classic, man. He's so funny. Yeah, his energy is some of the best energy to be around.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, what was gonna? Oh, Dikembe Mutombo died. You see that?
No, did he?
Yeah,
Oh no. When?
he just died. Brain cancer.
58.
That's young.
That is young, 58.
Dikembe Mutombo, Hall of Fame finger wagging center. Yeah, he did
the
that.
whole
Remember?
thing with the big finger, yeah.
He kind of gave. I wonder if after he did that, is that when they came out with those finger things or not? You know?
No,
like,
I think those were weird number ones. I think that's where that comes from.
oh, I see.
But I think people started using it and as it wasn't intended.
Yeah.
This was not for this. This was for
yeah,
this.
we're number
But
one.
they- some
And
people
I
started
was like,
doing
no,
this.
no, you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he had that. That was wild.
The finger wag, yeah. That's funny that becomes like your thing.
Yeah.
You know,
But then you have to do it all the time.
right? People are waiting for it.
Yeah. People are always like taking photos and people are like,
Yeah,
can you do the.
Yeah, could you do this?
Yeah.
It's like me getting yelled Larry. People always yell like, what do you get asked the most, you think, when people want to take a picture with you? Or like when people see you, what is like the thing that they...
What's Bobby Lee like?
Yeah, so you get all the time, right?
Yeah. Tell me about Bobby Lee. Is he real? Is it real? They'll say. They'll call him an it. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Are they referring to Bobby with that?
I don't know. A lot of people don't believe in like people of the Orient. But, and also look at the guy. I mean, there's,
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
there's definitely 50 Shades of Szechuan right here. So there's a lot going on. Then after we got to interview Trump, I get asked about that a lot
Oh,
too.
yeah, for sure.
Just what it was like to be there or something. We got to go up to Bedminster, New Jersey. That was nice up there.
Yeah, I think I talked to you when I saw you. There was just the rumblings that you might have been able to sit with them, and I think you told me you were like, "Dude, it's crazy. I might be able to do it." So that had to be a wild experience.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, it was
that took a
definitely,
long time to come together. I imagine it wasn't like a
it was kind of on and off, and
Yeah.
then it was just on.
yeah.
You know, but it was definitely interesting.
Don't think I didn't notice you put on a suit jacket.
Thanks,
Nice.
dude.
You threw on a jacket. There
Yeah,
you go.
appreciate it. I think it's been at 2 funerals and 1 presidential interview, brother. I'll tell you that, dude.
It's a famous jacket,
So
man.
it's on its way up, bro.
Here you go.
Yeah, Dikembe had that thing. Dude, what finger is used for different stuff than most, do you think? This is for,
Yeah, this is always good and this is always bad, right?
this is good, this is bad.
Yeah.
This one is, so yeah, if this is bad,
This is never good. This could be bad with a thumbs down.
yeah,
I think every finger has a personality.
kind of
Right?
for sure.
Yeah, right. So you could use this for that. This is probably the most useless, right? The ring finger.
Well, unless you,
When you were a little kid, this came in big because you could be like, I'm not giving you the finger.
oh, that's true,
know,
huh?
you
You
know,
would
so-
hide
Yeah,
it.
you hide it like, oh, just
But
kidding.
this one is also the ring finger, so it also is like
signifies,
yeah.
someone has claimed you.
Yeah, you're
Or
locked
you've
in.
been claimed.
Yeah, you're owned. Yeah, this is for hitchhiking too, used to be.
Hitchhike. The thumb is the most versatile, I think. Hitchhiking, you're the best. Kill him.
Yeah.
Kill him, right? Murder. This is a murder indicator, straight
Yeah.
murder. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Yep. This is the first thing I taught my kids, by the way. That was a parenting hack I heard from somebody.
Thumbs
Teach
up.
your kids, because a lot of times your kids are like far away if they're scared or something. Teach them to give you a thumbs up if they're okay or a thumbs down if they're not. Because if you can't see them or, if you only see them, you can't hear them.
Yeah.
So I had my daughter on top of like this huge slide down where I was by a playground. And I was like scared for her life. I'm like, okay. And she's like, and then she went and I was like, okay, crazy. Yeah. Oh, and then you do this thing, right? This thing. That means help me. I'm taking call Liam Neeson, right? That means like I need
That's
some
what that
help.
means?
Yeah, this is the thing. Like if somebody goes, yo, this is like the wink back in the day, like something's up.
If somebody does this to me,
I'm waving back. I'm like, you're so cute. It's like a puppet show.
yeah, I'm leaving, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang, brother. Yeah, I can't believe that, man. I can't believe that we only get 5 fingers.
Have you ever been so mad that you double barreled somebody with a double like FU? Like that's a different level of getting somebody angry that they're like, I need both hands.
Well, if you do this, and then you're erect too at the third, if you hit them with that, you know what I'm
I've
saying?
only done that once. I don't like to talk about it.
These are just predecessors, you know what I'm saying?
Then it's the big finale.
Yeah, that is the big finale.
Yeah, the double
dude.
guns, they call that, right?
I wonder if in every culture that means this, every culture people, that's like world,
Right.
like all over. Like if you were in like the jungles of Zimbabwe or something and you saw it and you were angry at some dude, some guy popped out and surprised you. He thought you were a
Warthog.
yeah, a warthog or something. He tries to stab you with his stick or whatever. And you'd be like,
Ah, you didn't get me. And then he high fives it. You're like, wait, what does this mean? It's good. He's like, got you. The high five and stuff too, like all those gestures, they all come from somewhere, which is so weird, right?
The high five is kind of crazy. If a dude was like, hey man,
Yeah. Hit it.
that was good.
That was good.
Yeah.
Just smack my
You
hand.
just smack my hand.
That's
Because that feels not even that cool.
just when we did it now felt weird, right?
Yeah, because it was very soft. You
Yeah.
got to really do it.
Yeah.
Glenn Burke, a former outfielder for the Los Angeles Dodgers, is credited
Inventing
with
it.
inventing the high five during a game against the Houston Astros, October 2nd, 1977.
Wow. So I'm only 1 year older than the high five.
Wow. When he ran toward home plate and raised his hand to greet a teammate who had just rounded the base after a home run.
Wait, so why did I give it to him? Who's the teammate? Because he just had his hand up. He was just doing a hand in the air. The guy who high fived Glenn Burke. Oh, is Glenn Burke the guy that did it? That's crazy.
One guy
because
was
it's
a white
two-person.
supremacist, and then he came by and
He
said,
ran
you know
into
what?
it.
Yes.
He was waving to his grandmother in the stands. He's like, hey, mom.
He's like, hey, Your wife's, so am I.
Yeah, let's do
And he
it.
just said,
Bang.
let's make it happen.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. The high five, dude.
Yeah, the fist bump. It seems. Do you ever get the aggressive fist bump where somebody just fights your fist? They don't know how to. They just punch you in the hand. Because like you meet a lot of people, right? You don't always want to be touching people and stuff, right? You're like, oh, fist bump.
Sometimes you'll do fist bump if
And
it's a
then
lot of people.
just come in you and hit you hard, like they just punch your hand.
Or yeah, sometimes people will keep pushing against your hand.
Like push your back.
Yeah,
you trying to move me? What am I doing? Yeah,
But yeah, and also a lot of people have sweaty, wet hands now.
yeah, it's a thing.
Oh, it's gotten way worse. And when I was a kid, everybody's hands were dry, right? It would, like, you know, sometimes you'd see like some facial sweat or somebody with like who never shaved their neck. They'd have like a lot of sweat and hair on their neck or whatever. But you didn't see people's hands just, you know,
Sopping.
Yeah.
The worst is when you're done with it. Now this is your sweat that I have on my hand. What am I going to do with it? Am I going to ruin my pants? Am I finding a piece of furniture? Like you have to figure out where to put it.
Yeah, they don't give you any direction. It's like, hey, here's some wet me.
This is your problem now. This is some wet me that you have to deal with.
Yeah,
for today. Yeah,
one little wet me, dude. Somebody said that Pharrell, the singer, had really dry hands.
Dry.
Somebody told me that once. I remember that.
That he wasn't sweaty, or was it dry to the fact that it was like you felt it was like sandpaper?
Yeah, like wow,
yeah,
very dry hands.
Yeah.
It could be from mixing those albums or whatever.
He gets calluses.
Yeah, that could be it.
He works with his hands.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. This episode is sponsored by Prize Picks. Do you love firing on sports? Well, Prize Picks is the best daily fantasy sports app for you. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. You can fire on all your favorite sports like the NBA, NFL, UFC, and many more. What I like about Prize Picks personally is that instead of choosing teams, you choose individual players. Each player has a set projection, and you either choose more or less than that set projection. If you're smart with sports and you know what players are going to perform on what nights, Prize Picks is the best app for you. I played this weekend on some of the NFL games, and I won something. First-time users download the Prize Picks app, use code Theo, and Prize Picks will instantly give you $50 on your first lineup of $5 or more. No strings attached. Put in $5 and instantly get a free $50. This episode is sponsored by Prize Picks, and we thank them. Today's episode is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest personal injury law firm. For over 35 years, they've been fighting and winning for the people, just like you and me. They've won so many cases, they've racked up more than $20 billion in recoveries for their clients. That's right, billion with a B. And because they've got your back, I'm excited to announce that they're offering one lucky listener $2,000 and 2 tickets to WWE's Royal Rumble. Entering to win is easy. Just text TPW to 4, the number 4, the people. That's TPW to 484-373-6742. Or click the link in the description below if you're watching on YouTube. That's right, no purchase necessary. This sweepstakes is open only to natural persons who are legal residents of the 48 contiguous United States, including the District of Columbia, who are 18 years of age or older. Sweepstakes ends 10/31/2024. For entry and official rules, visit morganwwe.com. Void where prohibited. What a day, man. What else is going on? Those storms, dude. It's so heartbreaking.
I know. I had a show in Evans that I had to reschedule.
Nuh-uh, did you?
Yeah, I got my one off in Savannah, and then went to the Evans one, the place, the power. They didn't have power in the theater.
Evans, Georgia?
Yeah, Evans, Georgia.
Oh.
Yeah, it was tough down there. And then they were like, we don't have power. I was like, we're not going to do comedy by candlelight. Like, what do we have to do? We have to reschedule it. So,
yeah,
I know. But down there, the people are so like equipped to handle it and be like, it's such a community when stuff like that happens down there. It's crazy. Like, because we were there and there was people driving over to be like, oh, we're just going to go they had like family and whatnot. I was talking to somebody at a restaurant and they were like, we got to go pick up my aunt. Like they just like know what to do and they're just
Right.
ready for it. It was.
Yeah, people in the South are really dialed in with their families. You know, being close with your family is like, it's one of the main things.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody has a truck. Everybody wants to help out.
Everybody has a truck.
Yeah.
That's so different than, you know, down there, everybody's got, Ken, he's got, call Tim. He's got the, you know, cousin Tim's got it. He's got the truck.
People are like,
I don't know one person with a pickup truck in New York.
Yeah.
I don't know one person.
People are like, I'll fucking help out right now. What do you need me to do? Everybody knows CPR or knows a fireman that says he knows CPR.
And then when he has to prove it, it's a problem. He's just blowing in this guy's face. I was in a situation where somebody was choking and I jumped into action.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Our tour manager had this, we didn't know he had this.
Where were y'all eating at?
He was signing, we were doing the settlement down at the, we were in the hotel ballroom, one of the things at the hotel, like we had a little room and he was signing the check to pay us for the weekend. And he had this condition when he coughed, he would lose his breath and just like pass out, but we didn't know that. So he started coughing and he was talking through it, right? So it's me, Sal, and Murray, and he's coughing. He's like, and he just goes, and he just shuts down. And so I'm sitting next on one side, Murray's on the other, and Murray just starts shaking. Goes, his guy's name was Jeff. He's like, Jeff. So I hopped up and I was like, all right, I got to do something, but I didn't do the highlight. I did like an over the shoulder, like seatbelt, like, and I just started like shaking him, trying to wake him up. Sal ran over and it was at the Hoyt Sherman, near the Hoyt Sherman Theater. And he ran and grabbed the phone that was connected to the bell desk. And he was like, call 911 instead of calling 911. He yelled into the phone and I'm hugging him and I'm like, oh. And then all of a sudden he just came back to life and he's like, ugh. And I'm over his shoulder and he goes, did it happen again? And we're like, what are you talking about, dude? Yeah, so I had no skills. The only person that had any skills was Q because he was a fireman and he was in bed, so we couldn't even help.
Hey, that's typical fireman, dude. If there ain't a fire, dude,
I'm asleep.
Put a hot dog in my jaw and I'm going to sleep, dude.
Done. Yeah, so I'm not equipped for any of that emergency stuff.
Yeah, that's scary, dude. We had a one time, me and my buddy Scotty, the same guy I was talking about earlier, we'd eaten some LSD, right? And we were children, man. And so we went, we got to the Waffle House, you know, and we were so excited, you know, it was like 4 a.m. we're at the Waffle House. And and we were laughing so hard, dude. We had the giggles so hard, and they had a gay gentleman working there, right? And we never seen a gay gentleman. You'd heard about it or seen drawings of like a guy like grabbing somebody's wiener or something, see somebody chisel that into like a tree or into like a side of a bridge or something, but we'd never seen like a gay gentleman in real
the
life.
wild. Yeah.
Yeah, in the wild, dude. And in the wildest place on earth, bro. The fucking halfway house that has a waffle maker, you know? So we're in there, dude, and he's like being real, like he had like as much gay as you could have inside of somebody, like for his frame or whatever. And you could just see it kind of bubbling out of his shoulders every now and then, you know? And we were laughing so hard. My buddy Scott, like, when he laughs, he kind of does like this choking thing. So the guy thought that my buddy was choking, dude. So he comes around
to save the day.
Yeah, starts doing that. And my buddy Scott was a little guy, starts doing the fucking Heimlich on him, dude. And I am laughing so hard. Oh, dude. I'm laughing so hard. I remember I had to beat my feet against each other because like I needed to get more sound out of it.
More energy. Yeah.
Dude, he fucking seeing a gay guy do the Heimlich maneuver.
Bouncing your little friend around.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Thinking he's saving the day.
Yeah. It was just like Spumoni on your lap, brother.
Same difference.
You know? So that was like a crazy thing that happened, like the first time anybody ever choked by us or something.
I've seen people successfully do it. And it's so weird that people don't know what to do.
Oh, it's beautiful when people do it well.
When people do it well, when they do it well and the piece of the chicken bone just comes flying out, whatever, and then everybody just starts clapping.
Yeah.
Like it's like the plane landed. It's like everybody's like, yeah, he did. Like that's so weird to take a lap because you just saved this guy because he didn't chew his filet mignon, you know?
Yeah, dude, we had, what was happening? Oh, dude, I was at a hotel in Hawaii. And a guy starts choking at the breakfast bar, and it was like it was a nice breakfast bar. They had like cereal, fruit,
assortment of different styles of eggs, scrambled, hard boiled.
Yeah, they had a couple of. They had those the big silver things you have to open up and see what's in it.
Oh, surprise!
Yeah,
They want to keep you guessing. Yeah, it's like, aloha, what do we got here?
And then there's like two of them that just have smoke coming out. There's just like warm water.
There's water in it. They're like, oh, we're bringing it back out. We're bringing the ham out.
Yeah, you're like, I don't think that anything was ever in here, but they make it look
You're
like it
scooping
was.
the water out thinking it's something exotic. Like, I'm getting that Hawaiian hot water.
Oh, God, I'll have another. Honey, give me another cup.
Give me a bowl of that pineapple hot water. That's great.
So this guy starts choking. And they bring out one of those like divider things where you just like can divide a room, you know, with one of those.
Yeah.
And they bring that out because there's like all these tables right there just eating. And so they bring that out and one guy keeps eating and people are like, quit fucking eating, dude. You don't fucking.
You don't eat in front of a possible death situation.
Well, the guy, like 7 feet over, you can hear this guy like struggling for his life, dude, right? And this guy's chomping on his cornflakes over here. And Magic Johnson was there, dude. So at a certain point, and this took a long time, they were trying to revive the guy. And, and so at a certain point, everybody starts looking at Magic Johnson like, fucking do something, Magic Johnson.
You're magic.
Yeah.
It's in your name.
Like just, go double dribble on his heart or
They
something.
gotta do that, right?
Yeah. If you,
cross over his arteries. Right?
Do something. You can tell him, you can't fucking pat him on the back in a special way.
Yeah, at least give him a hug or something, man, on the way out.
One more assist.
Yeah.
Right? And so it got so crazy, and then nobody would eat, dude, because they were really like boom, raging into him and beating on his chest or whatever. And then finally, they took him out of there. He didn't make it. I know that, but
so that was his last breakfast.
It was last breakfast. But at a certain point, we'd all sat there, and then somebody has to
take the first bite. And the guy with the cornflakes is, who's laughing now? I didn't miss a step. I'm ready to go. Yeah, taking the first bite in that situation's rough. Yeah.
It just broke my heart, man.
Oh.
And I was like, I told my day, I was like, do not eat first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let somebody else, let Magic eat first. Let somebody else.
I think everybody looks at Magic Johnson in that situation. And I think ceremoniously he should be like, let's eat. It's like your dad at Thanksgiving when he's like, okay, we could do it. Like, I'm done carving, we could eat. Yeah, like kind of thing. He puts it out.
But that was crazy, man. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy because you're in the guy who is Magic himself, and he could do nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it'd be worse if there was a real magician there, like if David Blaine was there and they're like, dude, make the chicken bone and his throat disappear, like do something, make it come out of behind his ear or something, you know,
like keep pulling those rags out until there's a piece of chicken in the end.
That's right, at the end he's got the bone coming out, right? Yeah, I think that'd be tough.
Yeah, dude, that flooding stuff makes me so sad. And it doesn't seem like there's much you can do. You can donate, right? Like I've reached out to a couple of friends to find ways to like do a type of event or something because it looks like it's really bad.
Yeah, it came in hard. It came with the coast, the other side too, right? It came in
Asheville, North Carolina. I mean, look how beautiful that area is too.
Yeah. Man.
And they had alligators too. Did you see those?
I've seen an alligator, yeah.
You have? But did you see them at this?
I haven't seen them there, no.
There we go. Alligator surprise during hurricane.
Like it's not bad enough. Now you're going to have alligators rolling up to your porch?
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough, man. Wow.
That's a damn gator, baby.
Well.
And they had 2 alligators at the mall too they found by like an Aeropostale or whatever.
They make them into purses?
I have no idea, but also it's like I guess alligators never the mall. If you're an animal, you never even get to go to the mall. So this is your one shot.
Like I'm gonna go and see what's on the sale rack. I got these little arms. I got to keep myself warm. Props to this guy for seeing that's an alligator. I wouldn't have known that was an alligator, right? That looks just like another piece of debris.
I'd have just gone missing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, an alligator at the mall. Like, do you have a really long medium? You know,
I need it. So you have a tailor because I'm going to need it. Then they go into Lacoste and they think they get a discount. Like my face is all over this place, man. Come on, guy. I did
They can't even get up to the counter at like Panda Express, you know?
He forgot his wallet in the car. He's got to go back.
Yeah. He forgot his wallet, but then he realizes that his tail's made out of wood.
Like, see an alligator trying to get on the escalator, that'd be a good time. It's like it's laid flat, wiggle it out. Takes up 16 steps. Yeah, alligators are crazy.
And we're joking, guys. Obviously, there's a lot of people that are struggling over there, but we're just trying to bring some laughter to it.
For sure.
That's the worst. Have you been involved in a big it's like a tragic environment like that? Like, were you guys in New York during 9/11?
9/11, yeah. Yeah. I live in Staten Island during the time, but I was, New York came together in a way that day there for sure. I think 9/11 is the closest I've come to some sort of tragedy like that. Yeah. It's always tough, but I do find always, and I people always say this, people come together when it's that. Like, I find that so true, don't you? About like human nature shines brightest when it's tragedy, when it's wrapped in tragedy. I think people just come together in a real way and be like, we got to tackle this thing,
Yeah, let me help. Let me grill something. Let me help. I got a truck.
But even like you said, like you could donate and all this stuff. I feel like people just really just like come and do stuff, even if they're not there. You know what I mean? It's like it's really cool that people do that. And grill. It's cool that people will grill for.
Oh, yeah. Let me get up there and grill.
Isn't that the thing, too? Like, it's always people send food, right? Even like in a personal tragedy. Like, I remember when my father passed away, and they were like, people would send food to the house. Yeah. And my mom was the one that cooked. And it was like, she's like, no, I still got this, but do you know how to pay the electric bill? Like, how does that work? It was so funny. But food is always such a thing of like, we got to feed these people, right? It's just the thing that people don't want people to have to worry about.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is amazing that the ways that people come together and help each other. Even like when you look at people donating organs and stuff,
Oh, yeah. You an organ donor?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely.
I wouldn't do it to somebody. These are not good.
Really?
This is a used car. There's no lemon law when it's like, we got you a kidney, and they're like, from who? Like, I'm like, shit. Who else you got?
Yeah, if you put your ear up to the kidney, they can hear Murr just giving.
One kidney what to say to the other kidney. Yeah. I think everything is just like. I think if it's not my eyes, you don't want it. Yeah. It's like he's got a nice set of eyes. Give him his eyes. Yeah.
Get the eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, the organ donor thing that's so selfless too. But that's so smart if you think about it. Like, I mean, you're not going to use them. What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you going to do? Yeah. But then I think part of you wants to always feel whole. It's like you want to be like, okay, I want to know that when I'm laying there dying, I'm still able to chill or relax or think or whatever.
Right. Because imagine that's the deal. Like that's how it all comes down to it. You're still thinking you're laying there and you don't realize it because we don't know what happens.
You're just thinking that some guy just stole your leg in the back of a college you didn't go to. Like, this is crazy.
It's like, how'd it get there? Yeah. It's crazy.
That'd be pretty wild, man. Yeah, so with the new tour, will you go to? So now you have to start with the building the new material and stuff, huh?
Yeah, so I got the new tour now. Let's get into it. It's been really fun. I head off for the summer to hang out with the fam and the kids and stuff, which is great. So I finished this in March, the Messing with People tour, and now this new one just started in September, and it's cool. It's real fun. As a comic, you're nervous about it, you're trying to build it and whatnot, but then when you get what your ideas are, I'm a storyteller, so I just like figure out what stories I want to tell. But I'd always talk about sitting alone, like I was stuck with my thoughts so much, where I was thinking about how you end up the person that you are. So my Let's Get Into It tour really is like about. How did you end up like this? Because I started as like we were talking like a geeky kid. Like I used to make tests for my father, like open up the encyclopedias. He would come home and I would have a multiple choice exam from him after his 10-hour day trying to sell life insurance door to door. I'd be like, pop quiz, bitch. like get out of here, like that. And now I'm this. So I was always thinking about that. So I just like tell a lot of stories and think about your life. And it's been really fun. I like this one a lot. I like this one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny to see how you'll evolve too, and like how your brain will start to think up things that are like a little bit more, just more personal, or like how you get out of just telling jokes and try to like share something.
Yeah,
it's kind of fascinating. I think how that kind of works out.
Do you feel like you share more? Well, I mean, you talk so much, right? You talk so much with the podcast and everything, right? Do you think about after you? Because people get to know you in a real way this is you talking. So do you feel like that people know you in a way different way than they would like 5 years ago if you were just doing stand up? Does this podcast open up a completely different part, right?
Yeah, I think so. Cause we talk about a lot of, because sometimes we talk about stuff that's personal or like, I was kind of like a late bloomer, I think, in dealing with like a lot of stuff from when I was young. And so I didn't even know that I still had to deal with, I didn't even know what was going on. So I think I've learned about a lot of that stuff like even it's like in the past 5 years. And so we'll probably try to share kind of like candidly, or sometimes you're talking and you just learn something as you're talking. So like things like that have happened a pretty good bit, because a lot of times you get busy with work, and then one of the times that I would sit down and kind of be with myself was when I was podcasting. So you just be sitting there sharing and thinking, and then sometimes you kind of get into some stuff that's pretty personal, and then people will come up and say man, I could relate to this, or
that's a cool part.
Thanks for talking about this or that.
I love that. Yeah, that's what's really cool. Too. But I've always been associated with a group. So so for the past 4 years is now just me by myself. So it's a little different where you're not, your opinions are like your own, or your feelings are like your own, or whatever. You're not like lumped into a category of just what everybody, and they get to know me. People who started as fans of like Jokers are like fans of me, which is, it's a cool evolution, which I really like. And you do that.
Yeah, was it hard to make that? Was it hard to like, were there moments where it was like, man, it's tough to do my own thing, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think well, you're part of such a great legacy. I love
I
that
know.
show.
It's like being part. It's like playing with 3 Tom Bradys, and then now you're like, I'm going to go be my own Tom Brady.
No, I'll do what I was best. I'll play flag football. I'll see how I can do. But I think it's the best part about it was like I was part of that. And I don't shy away from that, because you find people like when they talk to you, like, oh, I love you, and they're like afraid to talk to me about Jokers. But I'm like, that's my I mean, I'm so proud of that. It was a decade of my life, 300 episodes. Like, it's not something that I shy away from. And even in like my stand up, the show, I was me. So if you watch the show and liked me, you're gonna like me when you see me, because it's the same guy. I wasn't being a character. I wasn't playing an actor. So there's just like some benefits to it, which is cool, and it's part of my personality.
Yeah,
So I don't mind it, but it is cool to be able to try different things, like I want to write a kid's book. I wrote a kid's book. I wanted to do the stand-up thing. I've been always wanted to be a filmmaker, so I've got some scripts, and I never had time for any of that stuff.
Right.
So it's cool.
Is this their last season, is it?
I think they are. They're going to go back into production to finish their last season as of now, but you never know. I think they might get renewed again. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think they'll let them go till they don't want to anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, it's just so good. Like, why?
Oh yeah, I mean, some of my first fans were you guys as fans, from going on the Jokers cruise and getting to meet people on there, and then like fans that we'd have for years, and that still are.
Yeah.
So thank you, man.
You got it, man.
Yeah.
They're a loyal fandom. They really are. It's cool.
Dude.
Yeah, I get them come out to the shows. It's funny too, because you see them, they see me by myself now, and they're like, "Wow, you were really funny." I'm like, "Thanks." Like, were you expecting me not to be? Like, But it's interesting for people to see you in stand up. It's a totally different world by yourself, 60 minutes talking.
Oh yeah, dude.
That was the biggest thing for me, not being on stage with other people.
Oh yeah, huh? You're like you just like, yeah, you take it for a second, and there's nobody there.
Coughing. I'm like, oh, could you? They're like, oh, just look.
And sometimes people make you the craziest thing, dude. This somebody made me this. They brought this.
Oh, that's
this weekend.
Unbelievable.
It's a real taxidermied rat.
That is the racket. That is
if you open it up, you can smell it's very real. It was real.
Yeah, at one point. That's super cool, man.
Pretty cool, man.
I got somebody who made me. It was very interesting. He made me and him this weekend. He made us Funko Pops, but he made himself as well. And it was me with one of my biggest fan. He made himself, and we're both holding teddy bears because my new kids book, Where's Barry? And he's like, "Hey, you don't have one of you with the bear?" And I was like, "How'd you know I had any?" I was like, "At my Funko Pops," and it was just like, he made me see. There's a Captain Fatbelly one there from me in the show that I had pretty famously, and he made me one, but he made one of himself, and he gave me a 2-pack, and he's like, "Now we can be together. We can be best friends." I'm like, "All right, yeah." But it was so cool. I love that.
Yeah, that's funny, man. Yeah, it's funny all the things, like just little things that people will make that are like you talked about on the show, or like moments that affected them or something like that, It's pretty cool. But even like you're saying, it's like when people get together, there's a sense of, when people want to do something for one another, like when people want to help out, whether it's a storm, whatever it is,
Yeah, for sure.
People want to like kind of latch in,
Yeah.
But yeah, they gave me that rat, baby, and that thing.
That is insane to think. First of all, to think of it, then execute that. That's really cool.
I know. And if you can't see it at home, it's in a little
like a protective
aquarium.
Yeah.
Like a small, like 8-inch diameter round aquarium that's about a foot high.
Imagine like the brain that they kept for Frankenstein. They had that jar. It's the same thing. So it's got a rat in it.
And it's got a rat in it, and he's wearing like a fancy gown. He has a scepter, has some flowers. Dude, in New York, they just put out, they have a rat problem there.
Yeah, huge.
Huge rat problem. You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's what they get for. That's what they get for fucking being know-it-alls, dude. I'll send more.
You'll send more. You think you got it under control? Look out. Here come more.
I'll send more. So now they're trying a new tactic against me. The war on rats could soon shift from trash to a new target procreation. Rat birth control could soon roll out in New York City.
Little rat condoms.
Yeah.
Give me a minute, honey. Let me just...
She's like, you got a dick like a mouse.
He's like, shut up.
I'm a rat.
I'm a rat.
New York City Council on Thursday will vote on a bill that would introduce rat contraceptives to the city's rodent fighting arsenal. If the bill passes, city officials will choose 2 rat-ridden zones to place the contraceptives and then monitor whether they reduce rat activity.
How did you do that?
The pilot program
Perverts.
Yeah.
Setting up some voyeurism going on.
It's just right outside of the Kraft cheese plant. The pilot program will last 12 months, dude. Unbelievable. And now rats are going to be hearing that other rats are on birth control and go over there and trying to smash.
Yeah, they're going to be like, yeah, it's no risk rat smashing. It's insane. Like I've walked down certain parts of the city and it looks like the sidewalk's moving. It's insane. There's just moving. It looks like an ocean. Like there's just like waves of it. It's crazy.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
The bill dubbed Flacco's Law is focusing on mitigating the risk of rodenticides on other animal populations like birds. So what does that mean?
Well, the birds are going to be if it has a reverse effect on birds. It's like Viagra. So the pigeons are just going to be pounding away. Yeah. Because how do you know what's going to eat it? Right? Because if it's just on the floor, like birds are going to eat it, right? Pigeons eat the same stuff rats do.
Oh, so they can't poison them because they said other animals will eat them and those animals. Like if owls, it says.
Oh, gotcha.
So that way they can't poison them. So they have to try this. They have to try birth control. Unreal, dude.
They don't want to get rid of the owls.
Yeah.
Everybody loves owl.
Now they're going to be on. So now Big Pharma is basically animals are on. Is your animal on any drugs?
No, she's free and clear. We have some animals at home, the older ones that are on some sort of things and whatnot.
And what do they get on, blood thinners or whatever?
They give them, it depends what they have. Trazodone's a big one for dogs if they're nervous. Like a lot of dogs we have a couple dogs that get nervous during thunderstorms and whatnot. It's like a calming thing. You could give it to them before they fly. She doesn't eat it. She's good. But like some dogs, trazodone is like a big one. They get that trazzy in them.
I'll pop a little trazodone, dude.
You feel a little nervous? Yeah, just take some trazzy, man. Yeah, they just it's so funny because it like dehydrates them too. So they'll just be like laying there panting with their eyes half closed and then like you clearly see. Yeah, that's a big one for them. But they get some kidney medicines, the old ones. All my old ones. It's just my rescue is all senior dogs, so I get them when they're all jacked up. You know?
Really?
Yeah. So it's like
you ever get any of the ones that are in the wheelchair, little chariots?
I got a couple chariots. Yeah, I got a couple of Roman soldiers. Yeah, yeah. We said they're gonna live. We're like, no, we're gonna make it. We had a couple of those. Yeah,
thumbs up.
Yeah. So. That's like Michigan. That was my first senior, the one on the 4th there. The one more over. Yeah, that one. So that was my first senior dog and had no teeth. The tongue hung out. That dog's not on that Japanese pill. That's just how it lives.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so
looks like Biden, dude. That one a little,
a little bit. Yeah. So that's what was our first senior. But now we get these seniors and they're all jacked up. And
where do you get them? Do you go meet somebody? Do you guys meet at like a Howard Johnson's or something? Like how do you pick them up?
Yeah, Panera. Yeah. Grab some lunch. We get them from kill shelters in New York sometimes, or we get owner surrenders. A lot of them have, when they're this old, like older people die and nobody can take care of the dog. It's like, they've had this dog. So the dog is like 12, 13 years old. And they're like, could you take it? So we do a lot of owner surrender work. We try to find new homes from.
And your wife likes taking care of them too?
Loves it. Yeah.
She
does.
Does.
Her thing. She really started it. She
really?
That's her day-to-day kind of thing. She like runs it all. And, we have come together to work it out now that it's our thing, which is fun.
And do y'all pet every dog every day, you think?
We have volunteers too that come and help out.
Come and pet them?
They come pet them, come play with them. We have an adoption center in town where people come through. Yeah, right there. That's the adoption center we just opened up last year, and people could come through and hang out with the dogs and pet them a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you ever want to see these, these are some of our VIPs right here. So if you ever want to come through and pet a dog when you're in New York, buddy, I got you.
I'll come on. I'll rub one out, dude.
They're fun, man.
I mean, I'll pet the dog.
No, we heard you.
That's insane, dude. I mean, look. Is pornography causing a problem in your life? Do you find yourself watching porno for longer periods of time and having trouble stopping? Is porn affecting your relationship or dating life? Well, you're certainly not alone. Watching pornography has become so commonplace today, and oftentimes men use porn to numb the pain of loneliness, boredom, anxiety, and depression. Shame and stigma prevent men from talking about these issues and getting help for them. I want to introduce you to my friend Steve. Steve is the founder of Valor Recovery, a program to help men overcome porn abuse and sexual compulsivity. Steve is a long-term sexual recovery member and has personally overcome the emotional and spiritual despair of abusing pornography and has dedicated his life to empowering men to do the same. Steve is an amazing person, and he is a close friend of mine. I mean that. Valor Recovery helps men to develop the tools necessary to have a healthier sex life. Their coaches are in long-term recovery and will be your partner, mentor, and spiritual guide to transcend these problematic behaviors. To learn more about Valor Recovery, please visit them at www.valorrecoverycoaching.com or email them at admin@valorrecoverycoaching.com. Thank you. Dude, I remember the first time I ever saw a dog inside somebody's house, right? I was at my buddy Scott's house, and they had a golden retriever came around the corner in his house, dude. And it was beautiful. It was one of it had the most beautiful hair I'd ever seen on a man or woman or anything. That was it, but it was long-haired.
Yep.
Google long-haired golden retrievers.
Oh, like the wisps, like it goes back when they run, it bounces like those things. Yeah, yep.
It was like it looked like Pam Anderson, dude. It came
out of the water slow.
And I was like, just shaking its hair off.
Yeah.
The droplets slowly flying off. Like, damn.
So you must have been inside the home. You're like, what the hell?
I couldn't believe what was going on. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
First of all, this really beautiful pony. I thought it was pretty big. And then how did they get it inside? Because in our neighborhood, it was just dogs outdoors biting, just like ruining your fucking birthday because you had to get stitches or something.
My next door neighbor had, so we had a little mutt, Midnight, her name was. She was a mix between like a Schnauzer or whatever. And then my next door neighbors had a full Doberman Pinscher. Her name was Ninja. And they had to keep her outside. So she had an outdoor pen. And my dog would go under the fence and they would like hang out. And he was like afraid, like there was this huge, like that, like one of those big, like in the movies, those big, like German looking, like those dogs, right? Like big scare. And I had this little mutt and they would just hang out. It was the oddest couple and they hung out, but they had to keep that dog outside. They didn't bring him inside. So when Jason came over to my house and my dog was inside, he's like, oh, you get to play with it like on the couch. He's like, this is so weird because he played with his in the dirt, like in the backyard,
Wow, dude. Yeah, I guess having that much dogs brings you a lot of joy. The other day I was sitting at a meeting and somebody's dog came up and even when I petted it, it makes you feel good.
Endorphins, yeah. It's great for sure. You don't have a dog?
No, I'm going to get one as soon as I think after this year coming up, late in the year, I'll kind of take a break from touring for a while and then
that's it.
Get a nice pet.
If you want a messed up one-eyed one, you call your boy.
Yeah?
I'll take care of you. Yeah, I got.
And what are some of the tougher things about research has shown that simply petting a dog lowers the stress hormone cortisol.
That's for true. That's truth. When I have her on the road with me, I sleep so much better.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. They said that a new study just came out that I had just seen too, that it was if a dog, hearing a dog breathe with you is like kind of lowers your, makes you go into a deeper REM cycle. Yeah, which is cool. And I have 8 dogs that sleep in my bed, so I'm in a coma.
Wow, bro. You Joe OD.
Yeah. I get like 3 hours sleep and I'm set for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, they have a lot of people. Benefits of sleeping with your dog. Decreased sleep, so you don't have to sleep as much. Eases insomnia. Comfort.
Yeah.
Promotes theta brain waves. Wow.
I get them thetas up.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, rush theta.
Yep.
And then lowers blood pressure, sense of security. Warmth. Come on, now they're just fucking.
Now they're just throwing in buzzwords. It's like you decreases loneliness. Yeah, because you're not alone. You can sleep with a cat and it'll decrease loneliness. So that has nothing to do with a dog.
Oh, that's beautiful, dude. Yeah, I would like to get me a couple puffs and do like a little Iditarod or something. That's something I'd always love to do.
An Iditarod with dogs?
Is being the Iditarod, man.
Yeah.
Because there's a parade, I think the day before the Iditarod. Look up Iditarod parades if you can. And all the dogs go through the town or whatever, and you get to see them all.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. And look at the ones with those blue shoes on. That's mine.
Those are fancy. Yeah, I think they're sponsored by Nike or something.
Oh, I'd have mine and some fucking Yeezys out there. Homie, you know what I'm saying?
When we used to have the dog of the city, we used to put these little balloons on their feet because the city's gross,
Oh,
you know. And then
yeah.
you have these dogs, and their paws are like porous, you know. So my dog used to walk around these little balloon shoes. They're literally like do like yeah, that's them exactly. You know?
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at those. What, those fresh paw belugas? Look at those right there. The third picture.
Yeah,
right there.
that's it. Right.
Let's zoom up on that a little bit.
Something to those
Oh,
guys.
Yeah.
He's got them.
Wow, New York Fashion Week.
Oh, they did Yeezy inspired sneakers for dogs. Wow.
Unreal. Some people have too much freaking money.
Too much money. Yeah.
Yeah, we just had Mark Cuban on here. That guy has a crazy amount of money. Some people are billionaires. Isn't that crazy,
That's
dude?
so nuts. That's so nuts.
Can't even imagine. Like,
Yeah.
what would you, and then how do you even
5.7 billion is what Google's telling us. That's a lot of money.
You would think at some point you wouldn't want to try and make any more money,
Right,
I guess.
Right. Yeah.
But
is it that like you're just like so good at it that your money's making money? Right. Because people say like, why wouldn't you stop? He's like, I did stop. I'm just my money's making money. Like, what do you want me to do? You know, it's like out there. Like Musk is like, you think he's out there being like, let me clock in? Like his money is just making money. You know what I mean?
True, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like he just like has to drive over to work in the morning.
Bye, honey. I got to get to the office. Like you are the office. Like you can do whatever you want. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I think that's a big part of it. That's one of the problems I'll never have to worry about.
Yeah, I think I felt like you think at a certain point you would just want to do helpful stuff and not make any more money. But then I guess if you want to do helpful stuff, you still have to keep making money to do it, maybe.
That's
I don't
part
know.
of the thing. Yeah, I think Bill Gates talked about that, right? When they were talking about the Bill Gates Foundation or whatever. And he was like, people are like, oh, you could just give all your money away. He's like, yeah, but what do I do when all my money's given away? I need to make money to give away the money. Like it's part of it all, you know, it's just cyclical. You got to keep putting money back in the bank to give it out.
Yeah.
You know, you a charitable fella?
Yeah, I think so, man.
Yeah.
We do. So, trying to start a foundation to start doing more charity stuff.
Oh, cool.
So did you ever do something like that?
Yeah. Well, I started my nonprofit for the dogs. It's like a real nonprofit. Last year we did it.
Oh, sweet.
So Gatto Pups and Friends, like a registered one now. So that was our thing. But I give to like we do a lot of mostly animal stuff. I think I do, but I also work with a couple other foundations in New York. But I like it. But you get tapped a lot to be like the celebrity, like at the events. Like I've hosted so many like things. Like you end up hosting and like doing, you know, the charity drives, like the auctioneer and stuff like that. Which is
like
it's
Wama runners for narcolepsy or whatever.
Right. You're like,
it's always crazy
you're like,
shit.
you're trying to get out there and you have to auction off this like, you know, this trip to Hawaii for these people, and you run around like auctioning, trying to pit people against each other. So it's fun, but I could see that being that's a cool part of it. I do a lot with Howard Stern does the North Shore Animal League. That's the big
North Shore Animal
League is on Long Island. It's a big dog foundation there, and they do their cat rescue with them. So I've done a couple events with the dog with them, and it's so funny just to be at these big events. Yeah, that's them.
Oh yeah,
and they're
and see as many dogs as you can.
So many. Yeah, I try not to take them home.
Oh yeah,
so cute.
Yeah, I think I have a goal. I want to like start. Like I want to. Well, we want to like make like kind of like a halfway house, but I don't know what it's going to be for. Really, like an addiction place, you know. Mm-hmm. So we started a group that meets online on Tuesday afternoons. That's a Zoom meeting, and it's like intimacy disorder, sex and love addiction, all kind of stuff like that. But then
it meets online.
Yeah,
once a week.
Yeah, it's cool. Pretty good. And then, I mean, it's awesome. What am I saying? It's pretty good. It's cool. You see guys start to turn their lives around and stuff.
That is awesome.
Yeah. But then we want to get like eventually make like a center, you know, but we'll see one step at a time.
For sure. For sure. You know? Like right now, all the dogs live with me at my house. Like I want to eventually have like a place
little
where you
motel.
Can do more. Yeah. I want to, it's definitely like a Motel 6 bed and breakfast.
Oh, definitely. Go on through. Dude, take over that one in Seattle. Did you see that? There's somebody made a White House, homeless people just making houses. They're like literally a lot of them aren't even homeless anymore. They're making houses.
Making their own homes?
Just in parks. Yeah, just like, okay.
Building?
We're building a home. Yeah, look at this guy. Built a freaking White House somewhere.
Oh my. Look at that.
Near downtown Seattle, the Soto White House. That's it.
He made that.
This guy built a fucking
with the fence and everything.
He lives in there. So it's crazy that suddenly
Get out there and build it and they will come, man. You just do it. You solve your own problem.
this guy built his own.
Look, he's like, stop filming my house. He came out to get the mail or something.
It even has an address on it, number 12. Go back and look at it again.
He gave himself his own address. If he gets mail there, that'd be amazing. What? That is amazing.
Yeah,
that's
pretty
pretty
wild.
impressive, actually.
Oh, it's unbelievable. A lot of stuff people are doing. There's so many great, a lot of homeless people are just taking on ways or like they're in between homeless and not homeless, you know what I'm saying? But they're finding like a way to make it work. I mean, there's people building all kinds of like small businesses and stuff. They're just out on the street, you know?
There's a lot of the bartering's up, right? It's
Oh,
going
yeah.
back. It's taking like a step back inside that community where it's like, you know, help each other out.
Yeah, I'll trade you soap for nails or
Something
whatever.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's getting
Human ones? No, I'm good. Even got some nails. I'm trying to build this White House.
it's changed a little bit, dude.
It's interesting to see how that community like starts
Sticking together.
Yeah, it's the same thing, man. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you see homeless people, they're usually like in big groups. Like if you go down to like some of those areas. We're just in Vancouver and they have a street there. I can't remember the Hatchin or something. It was Vancouver. Hastings, that was
Hastings,
it.
yeah.
And man, we went down there at night, but they're still like all in groups. Somebody's got the grill out and somebody's like
It's like a tailgate.
somebody's a Jets fan or
Yeah.
whatever, you know? And
Right,
it's like,
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just like out there, everybody working together. Somebody's cooking up a drug. Somebody's, you know.
Yeah. They're all that. That's like a sense of like people are busking. They're trying to make some money, you know.
I watched somebody the other day play Tears in Heaven on a vacuum cleaner down there. So it's fucking.
It's some real talent, is what I'm saying.
yeah,
Get down to Hastings in Vancouver, and you want to find the next Justin Bieber.
You got a tear coming out of your eye and the carpet's clean. Dude.
Yeah,
It's
it's
fucking. How can you lose, bro?
Can't lose.
But that's what I'm saying. There's so much skill out there in a lot of these communities, and they're working together. You know.
Yeah.
You want to cut the AC on a little bit? It's a little warm in here. Do you think, or no? You fine?
I'll take some AC if you got it.
Okay. I was in the ice bath
Oh, really?
earlier. Yeah, I was in a ice tub or something. Yeah. It gets, and then you're so cold you don't know what's going on.
How long do you do it for?
I stand for 10 minutes.
10?
Yeah.
I never done it. I did a cold plunge in a spa once, and I was like, "This is not for me."
Yeah?
Yeah. But people love it.
You're more that warm boy, huh?
I'm more of that one boy. I love a good sauna, steam room.
At night, do you sleep in bed with your dogs or not?
Yeah, yeah. I got 8 of them in the bed with us.
Wait, oh my God, hold on. There has to be like an Amy's Law or something against that, huh? There has to be some sort of.
Yeah, this is pretty close to it, actually. Wow. Yeah, those are my
And
pups.
do they get like,
Yes, Spumoni. Oh no, Spumoni's not in this picture actually. There's that's Biscotti, my favorite at the top.
do they all have to pee at the same time, kind of like a
They
women's
do.
basketball
hold
team
it-
or whatever?
They hold it for 10 hours.
Nuh-uh.
They go to the bathroom at like 7 o'clock. We take them out, and then at 5:30 they're up, and we take them down.
Wow. So 5:30, you got to take them down.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Even in the winter.
That's why I sleep so good. I get that 4 hours. I'm ready to go, baby. Yeah, even in the winter, in the rain.
Oh,
The rain's rough. When it rains, rain's worse than winter in the rain. But we have a run, so they could go and by themselves. I don't have to like walk them, thank goodness. But yeah, that's tough when it's in the rain. They don't want to go outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a crazy gift that somebody brought you guys one time? Did anybody get?
And more of it's the tattoos. Like you get this too, right? People tattoo themselves. I saw this woman just tattooing our faces on themselves and stuff. This woman on her upper thigh gave like a caricature version of the Jokers, like of each of us, like around her thigh, and it just said, and I was like, that's for life. Like it's great. Like that, you sign people, like they put their tattoos on you. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I started doing this thing where I started. People asked me, "Oh, could you sign me so I could?" You make a tattoo. I said, can I just draw you something instead? I said, because I feel like that'd be. So
Yeah,
I
it
just
feels
draw a
weird.
heart with like a paw. That's a heart. I was like, this is important to me. It'll be cool that you do that. So, but yeah, like, see, this woman has her name all written on all of us.
Wow.
That's all of our. She finally got all of our signatures. Yeah, she got Sal.
Who
there.
held out? Just help the lady out.
I think the last one was. I think she had to meet Q. I think it was. You can tell by the placement. Like she met Sal early. Sal's right in the middle of the arm. You know. Yeah. Sal's got the Sal. Look at Murray's always in the back creeping. But yeah, people that get our signatures a lot. But then people get like interpretive stuff too, where they'll just be like a bowl of mashed potatoes Be like, look, I got Scoopsky potatoes on me. I'm like, dude, it's like, thank you. I guess that's very odd. All because of a joke you made, you know.
Yeah.
So that's really weird. But we've gotten like, I get a lot of fan art of like drawings. Like I see, you notice you have some drawings and stuff too. I get some drawings, and some of them are just like really, really well done. And it's like, wow. And then you just get some that are like, that's really bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's like horrendous.
Or interesting. A lady this week gave us a painting, and it had a rat and an open vagina on it. The rat, it was very like a vaginatic
Female?
or whatever. It was, something in heat or whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
gotcha.
And
well, you got to send that thing to New York. Solve that problem real quick.
it was crazy, dude. It was just like, it was a really neat painting too, but it was definitely wild, man. I'll have to put the picture on the YouTube if we can. I don't even know if we can put it up.
I had this woman who took a picture off my Instagram of me and my daughter. It was a jewel, and she made a jeweled painting of it. So she used like jewels, just different colored jewels, and she made me and my son and my daughter.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And it was, I framed it and I put it in my office. It was really cool. I get some really cool stuff. It's so funny because they're so talented, and I can't. Could you draw? I can't draw for sure. I'm so unartistic. So I'm like taken aback by it. I'm like, wow, this is really, really nice. So.
Oh yeah, if our teacher tried to get me to draw, I'd accuse the teacher of touching me or something. I'm like, dude, we're shutting this down today.
We had art history. Oh, which is still in high school. Like we didn't even have like art. Our art class was art history.
Bro, is there anything worse when you think it's going to be art, dude, and it's art history, dude? You get in there and you're like, where's the art at?
Yeah.
And they just give you a fucking book about Stonehenge.
You got to read. And you're just out here reading about art. Reading about art is the worst. It's the worst thing. Let me read about art instead of doing it. Yeah.
Dude, even if when you're at the gallery or something, you see the little thing with the name, I'll read only like a third of that little card that has a guy's name. It's like,
tell me what his inspiration was.
Oh God.
I do like going and sitting amongst art. I feel inspired by it.
Yeah.
I like taking a look, but I don't read the things about it. I don't know anything about artists.
Yeah, I don't know a lot. You know, I could pretend about some stuff, but I don't know that much. You know, it's like some stuff I know a little bit.
Do you have any art?
Yeah, I got a nice piece of art. This lady.
Tell me the history of it.
This lady is an artist out of Louisiana, and I saw her in Hawaii, and I bought a piece of art that she had.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Korpowski. Can you look it up? Korpowski? Laura Korpowski, maybe? Maui artist, Laura.
Korpowski, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, she has some really cool art,
That's
man.
Cool. I like that. So you saw it at a gallery and you got them, yeah?
Yeah, I got it. And
it spoke to you, as they say.
Yeah, it just makes me feel like, I don't know, you can feel when somebody puts something into something, you know?
For sure.
Yeah, but she had some really neat things. And she was from Louisiana, and we met each other in Hawaii. And so I was like, oh, this is just like a cool sign or whatever.
Yeah. I was in San Diego for Comic-Con, and who's the guy that drew Bugs Bunny? Mel Blanc? Mel Blanc, right? So they did the old Warner Brothers lot used to have a Bugs Bunny stop sign. So Bugs Bunny would be standing there with a stop sign when you pulled into the lot. And he did 50 versions of it. And I bought one of those. But it's huge. It's the size of like this. Yeah. So I actually mounted it inside a sliding door in my house.
Oh, so it stays in there?
Yeah, it stays in there. I was like, that's a really cool thing. It's signed by him and stuff. He only made like 50 of them. And it wasn't that expensive. And then I went back a couple years later to Comic-Con again. The guy was like, you still got that Bugs Bunny, right? I said, yeah. And he's like, it had gone up like exponentially.
No.
And I was like, really? He's like, yes. So some things, like I didn't get in for the game. I just love Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Grew up with it, you know? So I was like, oh, that's really cool that actually it is something. But now it's a door in my house. So like I can't, if I wanted to sell it, I have to sell the door. Yeah, it's that stop sign right there. Bugs Bunny cool. Stop at the lot.
Yeah, I remember seeing that on the shows a lot.
That's it. Yeah. So Chuck Jones, that's it. Chuck Jones, not Mel. Chuck Jones.
I'm trying to think of other things that, anything else. I got another piece of art. I don't know if it's a piece of art or whatever. It's just like there's some other nice things that people have drawn us that are up in the studio in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
some other stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's amazing, man. People like the other night, 2 kids gave me these little bracelets that they made.
I love that. Yeah, they make the bracelets and say stuff.
Yeah, that's just like
cool. That bracelet culture. Because Taylor Swift, she did something right there with that. I mean, everybody's giving out bracelets. I love that. You get them all the time. So I get bracelets from the kids, and I actually bring them home. And my daughter loves them. My daughter will like keep them and stuff. It says,
yeah. I have a pretty good collection, or like different like rocks or something. People give you rocks, but then somebody brought me their molars one time. They gotten taken out. Somebody brought me.
What's the story behind? For a reason, or just wanted to give it to you?
I can't even remember what it was.
Yeah.
it was crazy. People had brought me like a box that smelled so fucking bad, dude. Opened it up and there was nothing in it, and it just smelled fucking horrible. I'm like,
it's hot soup water from Hawaii.
this guy just brought me some just what?
Yeah,
you know,
it's terrible. Yeah, I've gotten some like weird stuff too, but a lot of people just like to bring me food.
Yeah,
because I'm known for being like a
yeah.
sweet tooth kind of guy. So I'll get paid. People bring me in cannolis and like pastries and like donuts and stuff.
That's awesome.
But I'll never eat. They're like, I made you these cookies at home. I'm like, I'm not eating these. It's like in a saran wrap, like it's still like greasy. I'm like, I'm good. They're like, eat one. I'm like, I'll eat it later. Like, make sure you do. Yeah, like it's so weird. There's like tracking devices in it.
Oh, I had a guy bring me 10 hits of LSD one time. He's like, I know you're sober, but here's 10 hits of LSD. And I was like, this fucking could go.
Do you know how sober means?
Any direct, this could go. This could go poorly. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of times just some super neat stuff, and yeah, it's crazy sometimes. And then just people like adding to your world of like of your podcast or of your show, or of you guys' podcast, or which is kind of fascinating.
Yeah.
What else is going on, dude? Oh, I saw that the SpaceX, they're going to pick up the astronauts that got stranded. You see that?
Oh, I did not.
So 2 astronauts got stranded, right?
I knew that part.
Crewmates on the International Space Station, and for the stranded astronauts, the arrival of their ride home. Perhaps an additional reason for Butch and Sonny to celebrate.
Power and liftoff. Crew 9.
The SpaceX rescue mission was launched from Florida with just 2 astronauts on board. The other 2 seats kept free for the extra passengers when it returns to Earth in February. It is a coup for the company, but an embarrassment for Boeing, which is still trying to work out why thrusters on its own Starliner capsule failed as it docked in June, leaving the test pilots marooned.
Lots of cheering here in the room.
There you go. So
they called an Uber. They called an Uber. They called an Uber. They're like, "Can you come get us?"
They called Uber X. Dude, Elon's SpaceX is going to pick up these 2 stranded astronauts, bro. Imagine being just stranded out there.
That's insane.
Imagine you think you're going home, you're supposed to go home, and then they're like, no, it's going to be from June to February, it's going to be 7 more months. 8 more months.
Dude, I mean, there's got to be
9 more months. Sorry.
9 months. Do they have enough? Do they have enough food? Packets of oatmeal? Do they gotta have enough?
I bet they pack like a head, but surely
9 months more.
Yeah,
that's a full baby being born. That's like that. That's
and
rough.
even the person who packed it up was probably like, they're not going to be up there that long.
Yeah. Let's take some of this oatmeal home.
100%.
They don't need this much as oatmeal.
You think they need 80 jars of applesauce?
Give them 68 and they'll never know the difference.
Meanwhile, they're up there like
licking the spoon. Yeah. We just had 12 more jars.
God, dude. But yeah, Elon's going to get him. I actually tweeted at him the other day to see if they would let me. I wanted to interview go would be sick, dude.
They're sending Theo to go pick him up.
Would you take that risk, you think, if they said you could go?
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
That's a big risk, it would feel like.
Yeah, but that's a one in a bajillion thing. Nobody else would ever say they did that. And picked them up. Who'd they send? Did they send people that were equipped to do it, or was it?
I don't know. Hopefully they sent Ben Affleck because
he's working on the drill.
Well, I think he could just use
him and Bruce Willis is who I'd want to send. Right? They got that work experience.
Bruce Willis is already he's out to space currently. I think he has dementia right now, which is basically free outer space. You know what I'm saying?
He's just there.
And I'm just joking, Bruce Willis.
Yes.
But no, Sunita Williams and Barry Wilmore have been stranded on the ISS since June after the Boeing spacecraft suffered thruster failures. SpaceX rescue flight will not return until February.
Oh, wait, it arrived already, though.
But arrived.
So they already picked him up?
No way.
But arrived just after 10:30 p.m. on Sunday.
Oh, so they're there.
They're already
in. That was
in.
really them picking him up.
They're in today. They're in, but the ride back, they're hitting some traffic. Oh. It looks like the Waze map is telling them that they're going to be hitting some traffic. Okay, so they got them. So halfway there.
So coming back must take so much longer then.
Yeah. Yeah, how'd they get there so quick? That doesn't make sense. I guess so.
Let me see.
When did they leave to go get them?
NASA confirmed in August that the 2 will return to Earth and will not return until 2025, with SpaceX now in charge of rescuing the astronauts on a Crew Dragon flight.
But what's the plan if they don't send SpaceX? What's the plan? How do they get these guys home? They put their arms out the side and just like, oh, if I can hit a crew situation, like, come on, stroke.
Take me to the river.
Right? What is the plan? What is Boeing's plan?
Oh, that's crazy.
If Elon doesn't bail them out like that.
That's crazy that there's a delay. Yeah. But everybody's flights are getting delayed now. That's the crazy thing. It's like
you're equating a Southwest flight being delayed.
it's still a flight.
It's true. I guess on paper.
Everybody's having trouble, dude.
Nobody's above it, man.
Yeah.
We're all just human at the end of the day.
Nobody's above it. But yeah, I wanted to get to interview the two astronauts, podcast with them.
Yeah.
But
They'll
we'll
come.
see.
You think so? You get it.
I mean, it would be interesting.
Listen, yeah. If they're fans, yeah, sure, why not?
If they don't have anything to do also, you know?
I mean, their job's done. They never have to work a day again in their life, right? They're done. They get some sort of
You think?
pension. Oh, you kidding? Name a bigger hero. You went and saved two people from space. That's a movie plot, a real life movie plot.
But that's working for NASA. That's working for the government, man.
Yeah.
Dude, you work at the post office, they barely give you a fucking, you know?
True. Yeah. Some guy was stalled over on McDougal. They couldn't pick him up for 3 weeks. Where's Jim? Oh, his car broke down on McDougal. We'll see him in March.
Yeah, so let's don't put it past the government to leave. First of all, if the government said, hey, I want us to take you and a buddy to space, I'd be like, fuck, no, dude. You guys can't even decide on a correct price of stamps, dude.
all expense paid. You guys are going to space. Yeah. Thanks, I'm good.
I'd be like, dear God, no. But everything's become privatized now. That's just how everything is, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, even rescue missions, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's like it used to be everything was kind of like the public things were rocking, you know, and then now it's like
They're just going home.
It used to be the post system. Now it's Amazon, you know, it's just like everything's kind of or a lot of things have become more that way. What else is going on with you, man? Sorry, I feel kind of tired today.
Okay.
Do I seem tired?
No, you're doing great.
Really?
Am I boring?
No.
Okay, good.
You're doing great, dude. I've been trying to fast a lot. And so I think it's slowing my energy down some.
Yeah, you look good though.
I feel pretty good.
Where are you in your weight loss journey or your weight gain journey? Are you like trying to do something?
No, I've just been trying to fast just to like see if it helps my brain get like more like
sharp.
Yeah, just sharp and just like they say it can like reduce inflammation and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But then you find yourself like suddenly you can't think or anything.
Right.
You're like, well,
get cloudy.
Yeah, but maybe it's just part of the process.
Do you drink caffeine? Do you drink like coffee and stuff or no?
I've been off of it for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I do a cup of coffee.
You do?
Yeah, I do coffee. I had a cup before I came here. That's why I'm so bright eyed. I normally have one earlier in the morning, but I didn't get one. I was kind of late getting it, but I got one in the afternoon, and I realized like it woke me up a little bit. So that's good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. One time I took 30 days off of coffee, man, and I felt wide awake, dude.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like rocking, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
I think for sure, like, I also like the taste of it. There's some people that don't even like the taste of it, but I enjoy a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
There's some people like, oh, I need my coffee when I wake up because it's got to wake me up. I never drink it to wake me up. I drink it just because I wanted to enjoy a cup of coffee, a nice warm beverage.
Yeah.
It's nice, you know.
Yeah, there's something nice about it, something kind of romantic about it a little bit.
By the fire, cozying up.
What else is happening, dude? What else is going on, Joe?
I got lots, man. You know, I got my kids book came out. Where's Barry's really fun.
Yeah, and what's it about?
So
you had another kids book a few years ago.
I had a book,
a cookbook.
It was a photo book.
Photo book.
The Dog Father, my love of dogs, desserts, and growing up Italian.
Yeah.
And I was during COVID. I had taken pictures of my dogs because I'm a photographer, amateur photographer too, and I had done a bunch. But my Where's Barry book just came out, and it's like a legit book, which is cool. It got published by Penguin.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, congratulations.
Thanks. And that's Spumoni's actually in the book too, but that's my son and my childhood bear. He animated for me. So that's really cool to see that happen, you know.
And what happens with Barry? What's he dealing with? What is it?
So my son in it, Remo, he lost his bear and it's bedtime. So he's having a little bit of a meltdown, you know, and that's like the worst catastrophe for any parent. So he has to go find it. But in reality, it's based on a story. My son is beside himself at night. And he's like, I can't find it. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, well, where'd you put it? And I had to teach him how to like calm down and trace your steps. But he was decided in real life to play hide and seek with it. And he hid it under a pot in the kitchen, like in a cabinet. I never would have found it ever. Yeah. So I had to like calm him down and he went and found it. So I wrote this book up and I sent it over. And the guy that did it, Luke Flowers, is awesome. He's a huge Jokers fan. He put a bunch of Jokers like Easter eggs in it, which is really cool. When I got the first things, but it's a really good book. I mean, I like being a part of bedtime. I think it's pretty fun. You know, I read it to my kids, my son. I went to their school, got to read it to the school, which was fun. Yeah. So my son's like, he's like, I'm in a book. You know, it's really cool.
Was he excited when his dad came to school or not?
Yeah. He's super excited they love when I get to come to school and do stuff. But they come on the road with me too, which is cool. They're gonna come on the road with me next week. Actually, they're gonna be 2 weeks. They'll be with me, and they're gonna come hang out on the road, which I love. I love to get to take them out. Yeah. It's fun. They love coming on stage at the end and bowing like they did at the end of the special. It's really fun. But they just like to be like room service. You know, it's like, can we get pancakes? Like, you know, it's like he's like feels like a king, which is fun. They get to see these towns, which I like too. They get to go to different places. You know, I like them to not be, you know, sheltered. I want them to see the world and stuff.
Yeah, we were just in Milwaukee. Milwaukee was a really amazing city that I didn't know it was like that.
Oh yeah, Milwaukee is great.
Bro, I had no idea. And then there was another city that we were just in.
Springfield, Missouri.
Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sleeper.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fun one.
Yeah. And I don't even remember where else. Jesus.
But that's like my favorite part about it is like when you go to these little towns. 2 years ago, I wanted to perform live comedy. I wanted to perform live in all 50 states. So I did it. I checked off all of them. My last one was Fargo, North Dakota. You went through there, yeah. Such a cool little town. You know, and then you get to all these little towns. I love that about going down Main Street. You see all their little stores.
Little
mom
things.
and pops.
And
every street's got like a candles and bullshit, kind of store, and they got their coffees. And you just walk around. I love that. That's so cool.
Yeah, that is awesome. Oh yeah, just a simple fact of getting to see certain places, man. Like we got to go through like Eastern Oregon. And that was just.
Did you ever do the Coast Drive? Did you ever do that drive on like the Pacific Coast Highway?
I've never done it.
Oh no, yeah, that's really fun.
Oh wait, I've done it down by California, but I've never done it all the way up.
Yeah. So my wife, when she was still my girlfriend, I picked her up. She lived in off near Seattle, this town in Seattle. So we took her from Seattle and I drove her down to her parents in San Francisco. Oh. So that was such a pretty drive. And then when I lived in LA, I never did it all the way, but I've connected each piece, you know. But it's really cool. It's like movie sets. It's unreal. You know, there's pictures of it. It's so pretty.
Yeah, America's a beautiful country, man.
Yeah.
There's so many cool spots. Yeah, we just saw some Mennonites too. We were in Little Rock, I think. And we saw some Mennonites outside of there. Bring up a Mennonite. There you go.
Was it creepy?
No, they were cool. It was just.
Did you see them at night?
No.
They disappear, right?
Well, I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know what they're up to at night.
Well, we saw some, lit up ones. We saw some daytime ones.
Daytime Mennonites. Yeah. It's my favorite type of Mennonite. Nighttime Mennonite, that's kind of creepy. Yeah, that's like a major like trope in horror films, right? It's like that type of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I could never do that.
What are people feeling? Is there do you see a lot of political stuff up in Staten Island? Is it like
Long Island? Yeah, not really. I mean, I feel like it's polarized everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, but I kind of steer clear of that stuff. I don't really try to put my opinions on people because I don't know much about anything, you know. People make their own thing. Yeah, do you find yourself getting in the mix a lot?
No, I think so. Like it's hard for me to think about it and talk about it at the same time sometimes. It's like, and I don't know when to like kind of put my thoughts in. Like this year we started having just different people on, like we had some politicians on, and then we had like even last week we had Mark Cuban on, and we talked about some political stuff, but sometimes it's hard for me to like think and share what I want at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
Just some of those conversations, it's not as fun, you know, it's not as fun.
Yeah.
And then
that's why people don't really talk about politics, you know, because it's like, it's a divisive in nature.
Yeah.
You got to pick a side.
So you want to be respectful too of what somebody thinks, but at the same time, sometimes it's like, you don't want to get into like a rebuttal, and then it's like, you know, so it's just some of that. It's kind of like a learning curve, even with doing podcasts. And it's like, how do you get into conversations with people also when they have more knowledge than you do too about stuff, or because
you're learning and contributing at
or
the same
they
time.
think they have more knowledge, you know, because then you feel like, well, I think something, but I may not know a fact on it, but it is how I feel, you know, and like when to speak up.
When people try to talk you out of feelings, that's like the worst thing ever. When you feel a certain way about anything, you know, and they try to like disprove how you feel about something. Like, I feel like that's wrong. Well, blah, blah, blah. And they hit you with all these like facts, which some were probably made up you don't even know. And it's like, okay, but I still feel that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you trying to talk me out of, you know?
Exactly, dude.
Yeah. That's an interesting thing to...
What else is happening in the news? What else is going on, man?
You read the news when you wake up? How do you get your news?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Probably TikTok,
Yep.
websites. That's it, really.
Stuff that comes across your radar?
Yeah, kind of like that, or things that I'll see kind of over and over again.
Yeah.
Dude, you see that snake that's head got bit off and it still bit itself? Bring it up. Watch this. They cut the snake's head off, right?
Yeah.
That's its head at the bottom.
That is insane.
And so, yeah, that's from Satan, dude.
You think it's having a bad day, and then it just gets way worse. Oh,
Bro, look at that. It bit, its head was a foot away from the end of its body.
It taps it, and then there you go.
And then the other end of the snake curls over and touches the head just reflexively.
And it just opens its mouth and instinctually just chomps down on itself. And now the snake is like, not only have I lost my head, but now it's biting me.
Look, I've tried to do some things to myself, but you know what I'm saying?
That's
like
the talent right
in
there.
junior high or whatever. But this is kind of crazy, bro.
Do you have a fear of anything? Are you afraid of like snakes?
Snakes make me very nervous.
That makes me I'm not really afraid of snakes. That clip changes my
Well, it makes me
opinion.
feel like they're directly from Satan. Also, huge corporations make me very nervous.
Snakes and huge corporations
And
are your two
sheer
big ones?
evil.
Yeah, those are tough. Those are tough.
Yeah, and genocide also makes me nervous too a little bit.
And we're talking in no particular order.
yeah.
I don't want people to.
All three of those things make me pretty nervous.
Yeah. Sometimes you see animals pull off some stuff, and you just can't believe like that they're real with stuff. You ever see like when you see these falcons? They're like 100 feet out of the water, and they see a fish, and they just dive, get it out of the water, and just come up and have lunch. It's like I missed a turn on the way here, and I have GPS. You know what I mean? It's like crazy. It's crazy what some of these animals could do. But biting yourself with your head off, that's bonkers.
That's some Diddy shit, dude.
Look at those. These are nuts. They just die, and they go underwater. They can't breathe them. They just dive in and go in. You're just like, boom, I'm just gonna grab this fish right out of the water.
Oh. If you could train a falcon to do that and you showed up like at a bass tournament.
Everybody's there with their rods. You're just there with the little helmet on it. Go ahead, Maximus. Time to eat. Yeah.
In 30 minutes, you're done.
I love birds.
You're done for the day. You do?
I love birds, man. If I could have a falcon, I'd have a falcon. I had a African gray parrot for a minute.
No way.
Oh, the best. Maximus, his name was. It was a little bird I had. He was so fun. Yeah, those guys, they're super smart.
And are these the ones that can read and write or no?
Yeah, they're the most intelligent of the parrot. Wow. Yeah, they got that red tail. They're really fun. But I didn't teach it how to talk because I only taught it to go like that because they live to 80 years old. I don't want 80 years old to like, hello. Like, I don't want 80 years of saying hello to this bird. So I didn't teach it how to say anything.
Dude, come on.
So like, what am I going to do? I'm going to be answering questions.
That's like having a toddler or whatever. You don't teach him anything.
It's a bird though. He liked his life for a while. It was great.
And what happened in the end?
I ended up moving to LA, and I didn't have an apartment or anything, and I was living with a friend, so I couldn't bring a bird in a bird cage with me.
Yeah.
So I ended up there was this bird rescuer that worked with the Bronx Zoo. And she came over, and took it, and interviewed her, and she was really nice. So
they got a good zoo in the Bronx. A lot of union work. A lot of union animals.
A lot of union animals up there. It's clean. A lot of union animals. Yeah, the Bronx Zoo is like one of the biggest ones.
Wow.
Yeah, it's they do a big thing at the holidays too. I think all the zoos do it where they light up, like do that like at night thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's really really cool.
Animals at night or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
I saw when I went to Australia, I did the weirdest thing. They had the nocturnal animals. They changed their clock on them. So they're all indoors in this facility, right? There's like these mice and whatnot, and they change their clock because they're supposed to be asleep at night, that they make it sun at night inside this building. It's sun up. And then during the day, they make it night in this building.
Isn't that a war crime?
I think it is. I think these mice are like, hey, if they ever get out in the wild, they're not going to do it. But it's good. You walk in, it's like you're walking through the prairies at night. I think it was in Sydney, the Sydney Zoo or wherever I was. And it was crazy. Like you walked in and it was like you were walking through, and they had all these mice running around, all these different owls, bats. It's crazy. Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to be a night animal, dude.
No, you're too lazy.
Well, it's just too risky out there. like attacks you in the dark or
Something
something.
always sees better than you.
Yes.
That's tough.
Yeah, dude. And if you can't see that good and it's nighttime or whatever, and you're like, I'm an animal or whatever, you're done.
These scary movies too, where people like run through the woods at night. No, I'm gonna stay here until the sun comes up, and then I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
like trying to run through and stuff. I can't do that.
Yeah, like they used to have those Friday the 13th movies. They were like that.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch those?
Yeah, I did. I like some horrors and stuff. Yeah, that's it. Nocturnal House.
The Taronga Zoo Upper Nocturnal House, Australia.
So see that's the indoor. So they totally change it. It's broad daylight outside. You walk into night. It's and these crazy squirrel things, and all the Australian animals are all batshit crazy. They got the weirdest animals over there.
Well, even if you think about like, it's funny because if you looked at like, say if you walked into the forest or whatever, and you saw a bear in there, right? But he was drinking. He's sitting there drinking like 20 cups of coffee and smoking cigarettes, and it's like on his computer all day. You'd be like, something's wrong with this fucking bear. Like, the other bears are just having fun, scratching their backs on trees, dude. Eating berries or whatever, and he's just over there like,
got to get this report to corporate. Like, this bear's got something wrong with him,
It just shows you what sick animals. We are just, like humans, we've gotten kind of sick, you know? Bear appears to carry a laptop computer at Montana roadside. Never mind.
This guy, he was like, dude, I got to give Theo a story.
Wow.
People get stupid around bears, though. They always want to pet them.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be the number
touch
one
him,
animal
Dad.
attack. Yeah.
There's always a video in the background. The kid's like, touch him, Dad.
And people think they're scarier than them. They're going, oh. And meanwhile, the bear rips the head off. Like, it's so dumb.
Don't be a wimp, Dad.
Yeah, go get him.
Dad puts a bike helmet on and goes to fucking talk to the bear. You're like,
it's okay. And he puts his hand out. He's like, oh. Like, what are you doing? The bear's like, I'm going to eat you, you dumb human. It's so stupid. People get so ballsy or so scared of bears. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
I don't know why people think bears are friendly. It's because they look cute, right? But the people are like, oh, they're friendly. But like nobody goes up to like lions and tries to pet them. Lions are cute too, right?
But they're not bears have been like commercialized as being so cute. The Berenstain Bears, right?
You got it. The teddy bear.
Yeah, the teddy bear.
Bear Grylls.
Yeah. People approach him like that.
It's got the fight.
People just bear spray him all the time.
No. Give him a thumb, no finger to a bear. He's like, you're not going to eat me today.
Dude, that'd be the best. You see a bear like in a Hakeem Olajuwon jersey somewhere. Or in a Nuggets jersey.
And the bear's going, I'm going to eat your ass.
Yeah, dude, nature's crazy, man. Do you think that we're like divinely separate, or do you think that we're just part of nature? Do you think?
I think we're part. Yeah, it's hard. I think we are part of it, but I'm not sure I think we fit in a different way. We think we fit in a different way than we do. I think it's like we're supposed to be part of the mix way more. We're not in charge of half this shit.
Yeah, we're supposed to be part of the mix way more.
Yeah, 100%. Like, we have to put these animals in cages to control them and stuff. And we're like, we're the dominant species. Like, yeah, really? Let them out of the zoo and see what happens. I think it's crazy that way.
Yeah.
I love animals, though.
Yeah, man. I think I wish I would spend more time around them. We had this neuroscientist on, and she was saying that, being around animals, being around horses.
Horses are big,
even just if you have a big family and you all sleep together in the same house, that it creates more feelings of like low stress,
Yeah. Horses are used a lot in therapy, right? Equine therapy, what they call it, whatever.
Yeah.
You like hug a horse, you go to a ranch for like a month.
Yeah.
Those are big. They think it's like a horse hugging. That's the thing. I didn't make that up. That's real.
But then it can escalate too.
I married this horse. I found love in Arizona.
You'll end up in in one of those donkey shows or whatever. How does equine therapy help trauma victims? That's a good question. Equine therapy is an excellent option for trauma victims who have a hard time opening up about their experiences or who feel overwhelmed, anxiety, or panic. Equine therapy provides a unique environment in which individuals are able to heal their invisible wounds in a way that is intuitive and fun.
It's fun. Therapy can be fun, man.
This is a website, I think, trying to sell us something. Is there actually, can you find something that's a little bit more information, just like the actual information, please? I'm curious about that.
Yeah, there's a...
Because how do you do it? You know?
So it's basically just kind of like you're around because they're low stress animals, or like that you have to be calm around a horse, so you have to calm yourself down. I think that's part of it. So I think that does it. But it's weird. Like you see these people like they're laying down with the horses and just petting them, and you see what the problems they were dealing with. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, I met 2 alpacas outside of a Lowe's outside of outside of Park City.
What were they picking up? They're picking up some 2x4s.
I don't know what they were doing. One of them named Macaroni. I remember that.
That's great. Love that.
I'll have to put that video in of it. The movement of horses can improve motor function and core strength. No. The psychological effects of equine assisted therapy come from the horse's ability to recognize human emotions and provide an intentional response.
Okay. So if like you're freaking out, they'll just come over and be like, look, it's okay. I'm a horse. Improve self-esteem. Okay.
Yeah, man, I think my brain just feels slow today. Do you ever have slow days? Do you take days off sometimes? I just got off the road too for a few days, and it was just like,
that's always the hard one. Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. I think when you get back to settle in, it's nice. You're trying to readjust because your clock's off too, right? Because like you're having that high of doing a show at night, meeting all those people and doing everything, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little different. You don't get that at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. What time do you normally go to bed if you're at home?
If I'm at home by 11.
Oh, really? Yeah.
What about you?
I go to bed probably around 1.
No
Yeah.
way. 1 a.m.?
12, 1. Yeah.
Joe, that's late,
Yeah,
dude.
I know. I probably should get more sleep. But like I said, I sleep hard with these dogs. I get a good 5 hours. I'm raring to go. I'm a napper though. Sometimes I'll shut it down for 20. I like a good cat nap.
Oh, yeah.
I'll grab a nap. You nap?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I
think
like
napping
a nap.
is the best.
Bro.
I think they're the best. Could you nap for longer though? Like if I go over like 25 minutes, half hour, I'm like, I slept. Like I need to go to sleep. Like I can't,
My dream is to take an alarmless nap, dude.
Wake up when the body says it's time.
Yeah, dude.
Blackout
When God
curtain.
starts pulling on your strings
That's
again.
right. Yeah. Blacked out curtains. Yeah. Maybe the AC's on. I like it.
AC on, earplugs in, fan on.
Yeah.
One of those Vietnamese water fountains playing in the back or whatever.
You got it, of course.
Water dripping directly on my forehead in the center. Like I like to be like a POW. You know?
That's it. Getting out, right? Yeah.
Oh, I want, yeah.
You do ear?
I want somebody to just slip me a small tin of beans around 8 p.m. And that's the
Do
only
maybe little
food.
paper cuts on your foot?
Yeah, dude. Like
Did you do ear? Do you do like
I'll do earplugs, yeah.
Earplugs, yeah.
Dude, I'll wear earplugs now sometimes till like 11 a.m. It's like there's just too much noise in the world. I don't want any of it. I don't care.
Oh, wow.
I've heard so much of it. Put the earplugs in, see people. They don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Talk loud to them. Like, God, neighbor's loud. Yeah.
Theo's got his ears going? Do you have them in now?
No, I don't. I don't.
All right, good.
But I'll put them. I'll
throw
put them
'em
in
in.
a lot, dude.
That's good though to shut you down.
What else do I do? What's something else that I like to do a lot? Oh, I used to sleep in a neck brace when I was young to try to make my neck longer. Did you ever do anything like that?
Stretch it out?
Yeah.
No, I didn't sleep in a neck brace, but I had
It's hard. It's pretty hard to do.
did you ever have braces growing up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I had braces. I was the last one to get it. My doctor totally threw this thing where, you had the headgear thing. And like because I was the last one in the family, he was like milking it. He didn't want the Gattos to be out of that orthodontic game, So I had to wear a headgear I had braces for 5 years, and he was like, you had to wear the headgear, when you sleep. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to wear it for 5 years. I'm just going to wear them all the time. So I just used to wear it like 24/7. I would have this headgear. Yeah. I'd have the headgear on.
Like
as
an
much
air
as I
traffic
could.
controller?
Yeah, I would just have the like peace thing. Yeah, similar to
Oh
that.
my
That's a little bit. Yeah. Could you Google like 1980s? Like that's like keep your mouth open thing. Yeah. That thing. Yeah. Like the headband thing.
Still the same thing, basically. So, bro, early braces was crazy. When you saw somebody with that shit on, you'd be like, what are you a part of?
I know. I'd go to school like that.
Yeah, what?
Because I didn't want to
cult
wear
are you
braces
in?
for so long. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It was weird. That's the one thing I really did. But that was because I wanted to be done with it sooner. That might be me, actually, that picture right there.
that third one, that guy.
Third
looks
one there, that guy
trouble, dude.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, those things were crazy, dude. Yeah, like what were the first braces ever? I wonder. What did they look like? The first teeth braces.
I don't know any before this. Besides the silver things they would glue to your teeth, right? They put it on with the adhesive to the front of your teeth. That's what I had. The exposed ones, kind of like Tootie has right there.
Yeah, and then they put the ones with the little rubber bands
rubber
on it,
bands
remember?
underneath
People
here.
would see that.
You have to bring back the overbite. But then the big one was when they went to a clear one. So they were trying to fool you that it was clear.
Egyptian mummies were found with metal bands around their teeth, and archaeologists believe they used cat gut to tie the bands together to move them. Primitive orthodontic appliances were also found with early Greek and Roman artifacts.
Really? They were getting in that straight your teeth game early.
But imagine using cat gut. Cat gut your tongue.
Cat gut your tongue.
That's
That's
where
probably where it comes from.
Oh my!
We thought it was God. It's cat gut your tongue. And we're solving mysteries here.
cat gut your tongue, dude.
You got cat gut tongue.
Look at this shit, bro.
Oh
My god.
Oh, they like drilled through the teeth though. That's not right. They shouldn't have done that. That doesn't seem correct.
Horrible ideas.
Yeah.
This is also, who knows if this is a reliable website? It's 123dentist.com. So.
They might have put this up together in Canva in the back and just like threw together a graphic.
Bro, that's the crazy thing about news nowadays. You don't know what's news and what isn't.
No.
I mean, it's crazy. You don't know what is real, what isn't. You can go down a rabbit hole. You can, and even the
You
real.
find something gets disproved on the next page.
Yeah. And the real news channels, they're not even serving you news.
No.
So it's like, what the fuck are they?
Their opinions. Yeah. That's why I asked you where you get your news from, and you said TikTok.
Yeah,
which
dude.
is an insane answer if you think about it.
TikTok,
Right.
rumors.
What my neighbor says.
Oh, for sure.
Whispers
dude.
at the coffee bean.
People things yell out during sex or whatever,
That's it, yeah.
anything.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
I heard it from Doreen, my neighbor.
Yeah, dude. Trust me, every now and then when Hank's home early, she leaves her window open and you'll get the real scoop.
Oh, she's yelling, SpaceX is saving the astronauts.
Like, God, well, when do you guys come already? I'm
Please.
sick of hearing this.
Yeah, earpods in.
Dude, what about all that Diddy stuff, man? He's going to go down, huh? Did you ever meet him?
I never met him. Never met him, no.
We're asking everybody now.
In New York, he was always around, but I never met. I mean, that was, I'm only in the public eye for a decade now. He's been around forever. I never really ran into him. No.
Seeing him though is kind of crazy. Seeing that all that happen, to me it's crazy. I wonder if, say, he does have tapes or information on like other people, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if they are gonna use that to get people to support different. Like, I wonder if the government is going to use that to get people to support different
Agendas.
Political agendas. Like, that's what I wonder. It's like, okay, this tape won't come out. We need you to support this candidate, or we need you to support this bill or policy or something.
Yeah. I mean, it's not beyond comprehension, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely stuff that people are afraid to have out there for sure. I mean, he famously said that he's got tapes of stuff and everybody knows, so.
And then imagine if you were ever even there.
Yeah.
Even if you were just eating an hors d'oeuvre really
just sitting
hard.
over there, before you realize what's going on, you're just having some deviled eggs. And you turn to your left and you're like, I should leave. But they already got you on camera. Deviled eggs, that's rough.
A couple 4 eggs and a baguette in your mouth or something. And people are like, this guy's involved. I don't know. That would be,
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's going to be interesting how it shakes out for sure. I think that's going to be a long time coming out though, right? That's not going to be like I think it's going to go on for a while.
Yeah. They got to drag that
They got
out.
to drag that out for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
What else is going on?
This is you're such an interesting fella.
I am?
You are, yeah. Do you feel that? Because you are one of the most interesting people to sit down with. I love it. Every time we sit down, dude, I love it.
Really? I just feel like I feel like my brain is a little bit off today, kind of. It's been good. I just sometimes feel a little bit like, I don't know. Like you got too much sleep, you didn't get enough sleep. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
a mixture of both. You need a nap, and we got to tie you up and drop some water on you. You'll be okay. Get you in some sleep.
Yeah. Did you ever go do one of those military shows abroad, like military tours?
No, I didn't. I wanted to. I never did that. Have you?
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Was it cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because you get to go to places you never would even think that we have like military presence, and you're like, oh my gosh, we're in this place, and like suddenly you're performing, and there's just like people,
Do you get like the military escorts and all that stuff too? Is that like when you're going on the way there?
I had a girl who offered a BJ to me once in a Blackhawk.
That's not
Kuwait.
not that kind of escort. I meant like they take you, not like a girl who's in the military offering.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. No. This girl, but she had like, oh my God. Yeah, I just remember.
In a Black Hawk.
Yeah. She's like, there's
Black Hawk down.
Yeah.
She was Black Hawk down, man.
Well, I don't know what she was into. She was White Hawk down. I know that, dude. But and I didn't do it. I think I got too nervous. She also had a big, huge pimple on her neck, and it made me nervous too.
Yeah, that's not going to do it for you.
It just made me so nervous. I was like, I don't,
Does she have what, neck herpes or something?
I don't know. Yeah.
Some weird shit you haven't heard overseas.
So I don't know that shit, man. But then, one time, there was another time on a military, I think it was an Air Force base, they were doing like runs in the morning, and some girl came by my room in the morning, and I don't remember what it, I don't exactly remember what happened, but it was all above board or whatever.
Yeah.
But
It's above board. They did love to on the basis.
She was probably a little late for work, 2 minutes late for work, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
just a couple minutes. I'm not going to brag.
She was 80 seconds late for work.
A minute 30 at most. Yeah, I hear that.
What's been something that you didn't expect about heading off into stand-up comedy? Like, did you expect it would be different? Do you expect it would be like the challenge of it? Like, I know you've always been on stage and been a performer.
Yeah, the challenge of it for sure. Like to have to talk for 65 minutes, like, and do all that and just put it together that way. That was really like the crafting of the hour was such a really cool thing to do, and being aware enough to be like, this isn't as funny as the other stuff. This has to go. That was such a weird thing. Like the editing of the hour, is like where you think this is going to be a great part of it. And then you go and just some other stupid thing that happened. And you're like, oh, wow, this is so much funnier than that. And it becomes a big piece of it. Like a year into the tour, I found a different story. And I just was like, oh, I got to pull this out. This is not as funny as the other stuff. And that was pretty cool. I never really experienced that because you think you have it. You're like, oh, this is a great hour. Yeah. And then you have something like, no, this is a great hour, Yeah, I just had my son, and I had a story about in the new special, Messing with People, I had a story about my son going on a Star Wars ride. And he'd never been on a ride, and he never saw Star Wars. He's 5 years old, and he thought he got abducted by aliens. So he starts screaming, I want to go back to Earth. And it was so funny. And I was told Steve Byrne that story as we were driving, and he's like, dude, you got to try that in the hour. He's like, that's funny. He's like, gotta tell that story. And I was like, what? And that night, we were driving that night, he's like, just tell it, just start telling it. And I told it. And then I just started working it out and, figuring out what the punches were. And it's such a cool part, but I had never really talked about my kids at all. And that was like, that's a really cool piece to add to the puzzle.
And a really cool way to do it,
Cool way to do it, yeah.
Let's see just a bit of it.
Big Star Wars ride. Any other Star Wars fans up in here? I got to go on that Star Wars ride that they built. And if you don't know about it, they spent like hundreds of millions of dollars on this ride. It's basically a movie set. It's unbelievable. But it's also an immersive experience, which means everybody who works on the ride is in character. They play a character. So when the ride starts, you're in the woods with all the rebels, and they're moving you down the line. Thanks for joining the fight. You go through the woods, a big alarm sounds, and they go, the first order's coming. We got to get you out of here. You turn the corner, there's this humongous spaceship. The doors open, you get in with these big LED monitors all around you, these 90-inch TVs. And you take off into outer space. A battle begins, you get sucked onto the Death Star, and the next time the doors open, you're on the Death Star face to face with 100 animatronic human-sized stormtroopers with their guns pointed at you. And I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. Are you kidding me? This is so cool. What a cool experience for me. Not for my 5-year-old son, who's never seen a Star Wars film or been on a ride.
That's good, dude. Wow, that's hilarious, dude. Yeah, when you take it back and think about that.
Yeah. I think like he's gonna think he was abducted. Like later he's gonna be on like a Netflix documentary, being like, I got sucked in his face,
and they sucked on my butt. Yeah. Why is it that everybody gets taken to space?
Everybody gets there and probed. Everybody. What is so interesting about our assholes? I don't know.
And we can't even see them, dude. That's the scariest part.
That's right.
If all the information is there and you can't even see it. That's the shit that just like, well, what are we fucking doing out here?
That's why they're the higher intelligence. They got all the secrets we keep in our asses.
Yeah, dude. Meanwhile, we look at dogs like, look at these idiots.
They're all like reading each other's QR codes.
Oh, That's the devil's QR code right there, dude. That's true, huh? And no two assholes are the same. It's just like your fingerprint.
Same exact thing. I don't know if that's true.
Really? It's the 11th fingerprint, dude. They call it that.
They call it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Google the 11th fingerprint, see what it says.
I think, you know what? It seems possible, but I don't know if that's a fact. But also, how do you prove that? You got to know everybody's asshole print?
Yeah. What is the rarest fingerprint type? Well, that's not it.
Arch.
Arch
holes.
Yeah.
The arch holes.
Yeah. 11th fingerprint. I use the numbers. I think you have to write it out. ELEVNTH.
Yeah. It's going to be 1, 2, 3 dentist is going to tell us which one.
Oh, they're fucking hiding the truth again.
That's it.
Google.
Here it is, man. We got to ask your neighbor. Get the real news.
Yeah. Wake up, Spumoni.
Yeah, come on, Simone. She did great, man. Thanks.
Oh, she's doing great. Joe Gatto, you got the new special, Messing with People.
Yep.
It's out now on YouTube. It came out September 17th. Yeah. 13th.
Yeah. September 17th. Yeah.
September 17th.
Yeah.
You have your new children's book, Barry.
Where's Barry? Where's Barry?
Where's Barry?
Barry came out, and then I got I'm on tour now with my new hour. Let's Get Into It tour.
And where is the Where's Barry? What ages is it for?
It's 4 to 8. It's a picture book. Yeah.
Beautiful, man.
Or people who just one day want to have children. If they don't have kids now, it guarantees that you'll procreate. Actually,
really?
It reads. It's on the back flap. It's the opposite of the thing for the rats. So that's why the rats can't read it.
Hang on. If you play it backwards on a record player, it
You get
says
pregnant.
Yeah, thanks so much, man. I appreciate you guys shows coming up in Memphis, St. Louis, Indiana, Akron, Oklahoma, Texas.
Yeah, I'm in Atlantic City, October, I think 19th. Yeah, October.
Wow, you're
19th.
doing a lot of shows.
Yeah. I've been, so I just kicked off the new tour. So you know how it is. You get out there and do it. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, dude, thanks so much for all the entertainment over the years, man.
You're the best.
Yeah.
It's always so great to see you.
It's been awesome. And thanks for the nice gift. You gave me a nice, it's almost like this, it's like a counter puzzle thing that you had sent to my room and whenever we're in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
It was just thoughtful. It had like a funny note on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for all the thoughtful humor over the years. Congrats on the new special, man. And and you also have the podcast.
Yep. Two cool moms.
Two Cool Moms with Steve Byrne.
With Steve Byrne, yeah. You find that wherever you get your
thanks so much, dude, for hanging out.
You're the best.
I appreciate it. Love you, buddy.
Love you, man.
Now I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must be